Hello everybody, hope that you're doing very well and welcome to tonight's live stream where we are going to be going through the Bitcoin chart here. And after we've been getting this massive move to the upside, we are breaking through resistance and breaking through resistances once again. What we're going to be going through in tonight's live stream, I'm going to be focusing on the next resistance level that you have to be aware of right now in the Bitcoin chart. It is the resistance that we are once again currently trading on. I have a really special announcement to be making to you all during this video. I know for a fact you are going to absolutely love this bit of news that I have for you all. And what we're going to be doing tonight as well is taking a lot of your questions and answering them, and this is going to be at the end of the live stream, so make sure you stick around to the end where we will be taking your questions and answering them for you in tonight's live stream. So I feel it's going to be an absolutely wonderful live stream once again. I'm really hoping that we can get a breakout during this stream. That would be really amazing. I feel we can, as we've currently got this area of consolidation. We are looking for this to break out. So this is the current consolidation. We'll be covering it all in a lot of detail so you fully understand these targets that we are trading for right now on the Bitcoin chart. So I'm really looking forward to it. As always, we have across the crew to talk about Bitcoin with us, some perspectives, some charts, and all that good stuff that you absolutely love. So we started a few minutes early here, I see. So what we'll do, we'll give a few minutes for people to get in. And I suppose what we have 780 people in here. So I suppose to let me know that you're ready and everybody's here, ready to begin, I suppose we'll really start the live stream when it gets to around 400 likes. Just so then I know everybody is here, half the people are ready and ready for the stream that we're going to go through tonight. We'll just get that underway and just give people a little bit of time to trickle in here. So I know we started about 5 minutes early. So hope that you're all well though. I guess we'll also say hello to everybody else here. So how are you going? Here we have who do we have in here? We have Patrick, we have Neo, Yunez. Is Trader R back yet?
No, he's still eating. But I think we could, in the meantime, we could say hi to some of the people that are already in the chat that are smashing up the likes. I see the likes going up. So yeah, thank you guys. I see, man, you know what? It's crazy is like half these people, I can't even pronounce their names because they're from other countries.
Yeah, we got viewers from everywhere tonight. I think we have well, literally all over the world. We have people watching tonight, which is so
I see
awesome.
Drummer 1025 Technique. What's going on, everybody? Ahmed. I see Champ, Andrea 193. I see you guys all in there. We're almost at 400 likes, so that's pretty good. It shows that you guys are almost ready. Hello. DG. Lewis Phillips, what's up?
There's DR22 who made $200 on our last call during the stream.
Yep.
Brilliant.
I see you create your reality. I really like that name. What's going on? Morning.
And then
we're
we
at
are
434, man. They seem to be locked and loaded and ready to go.
Cool. So everybody is ready for the stream tonight then. I think it's going to be absolutely wonderful. And with that said then, I want to talk you through first how we got up to this level. Obviously, it's in trading, it is important to be aware of what targets we're reaching, and the targets that we're reaching off of what pattern has this come from. And as you'll know from the live stream that we were making on the 12th, so 2 days ago, we were warning you of the new Bitcoin really bullish pattern that we had. And the standout one for me during that stream was, along with Yunez's Elliott wave count, which obviously saw us heading up to these prices, also had this really great Trader R fractal. And what was so special about this fractal is that the triangle had not even formed, and Trader R was already predicting the lows, the highs, and the lows of where this was going to be, and it breaking out to the upside before we had anybody even recognizing there was a triangle here. I mean, that for me was really good technical analysis and great trading. Obviously moving forwards, that fractal, amazing to predict the triangle. And then obviously we were looking at the breakout back in yesterday's video. We were expecting this, looking for that breakout to the upside. And obviously now we are reaching towards those targets. And I suppose if you're excited as I am for tonight's live stream, you can smash up those like buttons. Remember to tick the bell and subscribe so you're not going to be missing any videos as soon as we go live, because I'm really hoping we get a nice move during this stream. We'll be going through those targets and how we are looking to trade this. And I'm going to load up this pattern and remind you all of the target of the triangle that we were trading from here a few days ago off of the last live stream. So if we just add this on one more time here, as you can remember, we had our resistance trend line, we had our support trend line, and we obviously got our breakout. And we know we were taking the target of this from the low of the triangle up to this high of the triangle. And this is how you, so this is the educational side of how you get your targets. Really simply, you go for the length of the middle of this triangle here, and the breakout is really simply a measured move. So we're looking at the measured move from the breakout. You can see that's giving us a current target of where we broke out of about $40,800. So we're looking here anywhere between $40,500 to $40,800, $40,900. This is our big target box. There is more confluence that we can cover tonight, but this is our big target box of that triangle breakup that we were trading a few days ago. And I know a lot of people will have made money with us on this move as it was such a nice breakout. We even had the confirmation, everything looking nice for this push up currently. So that's what we have on the, why we're breaking out here in the manner that we broke out of. Really impulsive, really strong breakout. Okay, all looking very nice. So that's currently what we have going on the
I wanted to say, I know that there are definitely some people out there taking these trades. I just saw in the comments that this person, Phil, just said, "What's up, boys? I'm 1,303% in profit on a trade." So yeah, wow. Real serious congratulations to you.
Good.
And we also want to, Daniel, I know a lot of people, including myself when I was new, get a little bit confused when people have these measured move price targets. And so what do you have to say about making sure that you're taking profit on the way up to the target?
Yeah.
We're not just holding the entire position all the way up to that target.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that?
So this is a really important part of trading. So although we have this measured move target that's looking for around, let's say this price region, this is obviously the big target. What we have to remember in trading is there's absolutely no guarantee that price is going to come up to here. Okay, so what we have to be thinking to ourselves is, let's just imagine we worked out that we were going to break up, and then we saw the breakout and we've entered into our long positions. From here, what we can say is we have entered here and we'll price is up here right now. And let's say we're in, I don't know, let's say $1,000 profit. What could happen if you hold into your long position all up here, all up here, all up here? Imagine what could happen if you come to your price target and it misses by $10 and price then reverses all the way back down to the downside. What you will do is see really good profits turn to disastrous losses. Disastrous in the sense that it's going to absolutely psychologically affect you and haunt you on your next future trades. So the way to combat this is working out price levels before that big target box of where price could essentially turn around. As you know, one of the main levels for us was this one-to-one extension. Okay, so this for me was a big take profit because price could have reversed at this one-to-one. We might have seen price head down. In the end, we hit that one-to-one, we got a nice pullback and we continue up. And what I want to give you actually here is a really good tip. And this tip that I'm going to give you right now is that if you take profits at these levels, such as the one-to-one, have a think what you can do. Price hit the one-to-one, it actually reversed 3% to the downside. What you can do is add that position back down on its support. I will show you exactly why we bounced off at this level. What I'm going to do is add on our special indicator here. And what you're going to see, we hit that level perfectly. From the one-to-one, we come back, got support, and we went again for another impulse. So let's say, for example, you longed $100 of the breakout. You've took $50 profit here, and then price has pulled back 3%, and you've added your $50 back on, and then you've seen another impulse up. That's one way you could do it. Alternatively, let's say you take $50 profit here, price heads down, but then when price come back above this level and back tests the resistance as support, you could add on your $50 again as you go up. Alternatively, you could literally be content with the profits you're making and say to yourself, okay, I've closed 50% profit at the one-to-one. If price goes higher, That's absolutely fine. You know, a lot of people are going to stress, you know, really people stress a lot about saying, I sold too early and it continued going up. I'm so annoyed. People honestly have a very, you know, that impacts a lot of people very hard, thinking, oh my God, I sold too early and price kept going. And honestly, this is the wrong mentality to be a top professional trader. That is a mentality that you do have to get out of. That's total retail mentality. What you have to be thinking to yourself is, okay, I've made money on this trade. I've closed here. If price goes up again, stop stressing about the trade that you've closed too early, but focus on taking the next trade. Focus on the next trade. There's always another opportunity. Doesn't matter if you sell too early. There's another opportunity in front of you literally right now. So those are some things that I'd say you definitely don't want to be holding on to the position all the way up with not managing it at all, because otherwise you will be falling into these scenarios where it misses target slightly and you end in a disastrous loss. That's why I would really advise against hodling and just holding on forever. You know, there's advantages in the market. You know, you can make money on the up and down moves, and you know that's what you're here for, to learn about trading and to make money trading, really.
Wow, this good Jared FTW said went long at 39,500. So congratulations to you on doing that, man.
I saw this comment earlier that was from Rock, and he commented on when we were talking about the resistance or the one-to-one. His comment was, excellent technical analysis. Greatly appreciate your knowledge. Yesterday was the first time I ran into your channel, instantly subscribed, and he made over $5,000 profit.
Wait,
that was
what?
That was a comment that I read earlier, and I was like, wow, this guy made over $5,000 profit by following along the analysis that we were doing. So yeah, that is impressive. So well done to you, honestly.
Yeah. Let me see here. I just saw this really quickly. Somebody said, do you trade on Bybit?
Yes. All our trading is on Bybit. And what I'll do before we get started, and then we're going to jump into the charts and go over what's happening right now. What I'm going to do is I will share with you the current announcement that we have. And this is that you can get a free $500 profit via Bybit, via the link, the affiliate link, basically. If you deposit over 1.5 Bitcoin, they will give you a free $500 trading. If you just deposit 0.01, they'll give you a free $15. So it makes sense to use this if you would like to trade on Bybit with us right now. So yeah, I think that's the introduction, I suppose, done, and we can jump into the charts. I suppose before I just start, anything else you want to add? Anybody here?
Yeah, I would just like to add, if you guys are really enjoying the content, I see my favorite part about this is that people understand the meme of smashing up the likes. People in the comments, if you love the meme of smashing up the like button, which every YouTuber begs for, let's go ahead and do that. Let's get the meme in the chat of smashing up the likes.
Let's smash
the likes. Let's go ahead and get those likes buttons smashed, man. Let's turn that like button blue as all hell. Let's go, man.
I was in the comment the other day that made me absolutely laugh. There was someone was like, somebody commented saying, everybody smash up the likes, but make sure you don't smash them an odd number of times. You have to make sure the thumbs up has to end up blue.
Yeah,
I don't know, it made me laugh.
Up blue. But yeah, the chat, I feel like the community that we have in here, it's like we don't get trolls. I've gone on other people's live streams and it's just like people are trolling, saying really, really stupid stuff. But like the people in here are always asking really good questions. They're attentive, most importantly. They're actually making money, and they enjoy the meme. They enjoy the smash up the likes. I think you guys should decide how many likes should we go for on this current smash. We're at 700 as I'm looking at it. So you guys let me know what number should we go to.
Someone's gonna do a good suggestion, I'm sure.
Yeah, it sucks that there's like a little bit of a delay now, but yeah. Oh, I see the likes, the like the like hand emoji. But yeah, what number should we go up to? We're at 700. Let's see what they say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just enjoy
2,500.
Who is that?
Igor.
Is that Igor joining us in the room?
Hello, yes.
I see people saying 1,000.
1,000 likes. Oh, I'm not sure whether
Lance
we can do
Jasperson
that. Can we reach
10,000.
Yeah, I think we can get go through the top today. 2,000.
It looks like 1,000 every 1,069, 4,002. Okay, people, you can't say more likes than there are people watching right now. So you got to take that into consideration. You can't get like, you know what I mean? But yeah, it says, I'm guessing most people are saying about 1,000. So let's see if we can get that like button. Let's see if we can get it up to 1,000.
Yeah,
That would be
I think we can
absolutely
do it.
amazing.
And then if we can get the break during this live stream as well, this is gonna be really, really, really special.
Exactly.
I reckon we could get it within half an hour. Hopefully, get this break half an hour's time. That would be pretty special, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Also, too, I wanted to remind people, make sure that you guys are staying till the very end of the video, because that's when we're going to start to do the question and answer. And the reason why it's important to stay till the very end is, to be honest, we don't even know when this is going to end. We could be live streaming for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. So just make sure that you're there. And then if you really want your question to be heard, because right now the chat is going way too fast, I can't keep up with it. What you need to do if you want your question to be asked is you go to Instagram and you type in Chart Champions on Instagram, and you'll see Daniel's account, so you can show that. And you want to follow Daniel. And then for me, since I guess I'm kind of moderating this, you can also go to Instagram and you can type in my name, the one I am Neo. You type that into Instagram and you find me. And then you can, once you follow me there, you can direct message me. And then I will take all of the comments there that I'm getting, all of the messages that I'm getting, and I'll tell Daniel towards the end of the video. But yeah, I mean, Daniel's, you know, if you want to be up to date with what's currently going on, some of the trades that he's in, like if there's a breakout and we just can't get to YouTube videos, Daniel will post sometimes post that stuff up on his Instagram story. So that's why it's also really important that you follow the Chart Champions Instagram account, because it's like, you know, if you see those stories, you can maybe get in on some of these trades that we're getting in,
Yeah.
and come back
I mean,
to the
it's like
video and tell us how much profit you made.
that's what we will cover today, because this is one of the ones that we were going through earlier. I was warning people to watch for that CME gap. So that was a tip that you would have seen live on Instagram, and I will look at that for you all here, because this is obviously the CME gap that I was talking you through, that you're going to be looking out for this resistance. And as you can see here, this was our CME gap. So a lot of people were a bit confused about what the CME gap is. Basically, the CME gap is your futures exchange that a lot of professionals are using, basically. And this has created a gap in the chart. And this is because on Friday night, we closed price at 39,965. And then we opened on what would be Sunday night down at 39,100. So that, as you can see, created a gap in the chart. And there is a massive thing that happens on Bitcoin where we are looking at 95% of these gaps get filled. Okay, so there's a real big likelihood that the gaps get filled. Obviously, the thing is that you never know when they'll get filled, but you do know that it's very, 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 very likely that it will get filled. So when this gap is created, what you're saying to yourself basically is, as price broke out of that triangle, so as we broke the triangle to the upside, as we were recognizing that that break was occurring, what we can say to ourselves is, there's still, while we're consolidating here, while we're consolidating here, while we're consolidating here, we're still overall expecting higher. So when we're selling at the one-to-one and getting pullbacks, we're more aggressively buying the pullbacks, because we know this is such a massive target that's likely going to, see price head upwards. And as you can see today, we actually made our way through that one-to-one extension, which was here on the chart. We made our way all the way up to the CME gap. And just look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We're hitting the CME gap rejection. And now we are consolidating right on the top of that CME gap. So you can just truly see how this was actually such a massively important level. Since hitting that CME gap, we have been going sideways for the past basically 5 hours. For the past 5 hours, this is why price is not moving right now. We are on that CME gap, and it is causing such a big level on the chart right now. So that is, if you're wondering why we're going sideways for 5 hours, this is the reason why. We are on that CME gap. That was a massively important, level that we were aware of as soon as we broke that one-to-one, that we were going to be heading up to here. Again, that was a move up from that low to the high of 5.5%. Show you one more time on this chart, because it really was amazing. We come down to our support and we got that 5.5% bounce to the upside to basically fill that CME gap. That is what we are up against now. So yeah, that's basically, yeah, that's what you can see live on the Instagram, to be aware of that straight away as it's happening, as I'm doing it. So it's, yeah, worth following that. And then obviously for your questions, you can send them over to Neo and we'll get them answered today for you all.
Yep, I've already got some people sending over some of those questions. So yeah, like I said, Instagram Chart Champions, and then Instagram the one I am Neo, and then you can direct message me your questions, and that way I can actually see them, because the chat is going by.
Very
I can't even keep up with it. My eyes can't move that fast. So
I mean, so at the moment, obviously price is going fairly slow because we're in our consolidation period right now, really. So this is what happens in trading. Sort of let me talk you through this because it's important. Okay, so price is continuously doing this as we have an impulse. So we have our impulse here. You can see we get a period of consolidation. We get another impulse. We get our period of consolidation, and now we've got another impulse, and now we're getting once again our period of consolidation. So the way that we're going to be looking to trade this is, ultimately, we know that we have this as our next target box. This is our really, really, really big target box to the upside. Okay. And what we're going to be saying to ourselves is, while we are still consolidating within this box, we can still be looking for this to break up one more time and continue this pattern, which is as follows: impulse, consolidation, impulse, consolidation, impulse, consolidation. We can be looking for another impulse to this box once more to continue the pattern. Obviously, the invalidation of this really is if we start to break down from our consolidation and we enter the prior consolidation. That would be a bit more bearish. But as it stands, we can still be looking for prices to come up higher here into our next target box, which would be really, really, really massive. That would be absolutely wonderful if we can make our way up into this next target box. Currently, I am in a long position. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for, our next target box up here. But just so you're aware, one more time, the resistance we are up against is that CME gap resistance. So for us to reach this target box next, we're going to have to break through that CME gap resistance. So it's going to be an interesting hour or so, I'd imagine, as we really are looking for this to get a breakout. I feel it's going to be pretty intense.
One of the questions that I got is, how do you take partial profits? Like yeah. So it's like, really, if you have, let's say, a $10,000 position size or something, how do you take profits? How do you take partial?
Really good question. So the way that you would do it, let's say, for example, you're in a $100 long position. Okay. And let's say you just entered your position at market. To take partial profits, what that means is, for example, closing $25 of your long. So you would, let's say, market close $25. What I can do for you, what I'll say to you all, is I will show you on the exchange exactly how to do this. If we can reach that goal of 1,000 likes, if we reach 1,000 likes, I'll show you exactly how to do it. I think we can do it. Let's smash up those likes and I'll show you exactly what to do for closing those positions and taking partial profits. I suppose it is a really, really, really important part of trading. Like, you know, I think, yeah, it's the same story. You know, people do make money trading, but then a lot of people actually end up losing it all because they don't take profits. So, you know, taking profits is such an important part of trading. Like, it's just so important.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I first started, I didn't understand how to take partial profits. I didn't understand how to play stop losses. I didn't understand any of that stuff. So, yeah, I mean, that's actually a pretty good question.
Yeah, I can remember actually when we were speaking, you were trying to work out how to do all these partial take profit limits and setting up several ones. I remember that. Yeah.
I don't even want to think back to those days, man. Those were the dark days. Those are the dark days of not understanding anything. But
1,000 likes coming up.
There we go. We hit
1,000 likes. Actually. Wow. So the people really want to see how to do this. Thank you guys for letting us know. Appreciate that.
So what I'm going to do is this, I suppose, this is where you can all see. Well, let me just do this on a new one a second. And we will come back to this one in a second. I'm going to talk you through this trade. Let's just load up this. So I'm going to explain to you all how to take partial profits here. So what I've done here is I've just going to, for educational purposes, going to show you how to take partial profits. So let's say, for example, I'm in let's just say I want to enter a $10 short. Okay. So I'd come over to Bybit here and I come over to the exchange and I'm just going to click on short. So now I am in my short position. And let's say I'm expecting a retrace before price comes up. And let's say, for example, I'm expecting price to do this. So I'm expecting price to come down a little bit before it heads back up. So what I could say to myself, I don't want to hold on to this trade forever, but when price hits 1,217, I want to take 50% profits. What I would do at this point, I'd actually click on limit. I would click on the order price, which as we said was 1,217. So I'm going to type in 1,217. I'm going to type in here quantity 5. What that's going to do is when I click on buy long, you'll see there's 0 in here. I'm going to click on buy. And what's going to happen is when price comes down to this target box here, when it hits to this, it's going to close out $5 of my $10 short. So essentially I would have taken 50% profits. So I've taken a partial profit of 50%. I will be left with $5 left in the position, and that can run down lower, or alternatively I could get stopped out as price reverses. But this is what we mean by taking partial profits. So you're taking partial profits, and for an example, what we could do is price could come here, we could take $5 profit. If it comes back up here, then we could add that $5 back on and see it come down. For example, a downtrend. That's how we'd be looking to trade our trends, and that's how you basically take partial profits. You just put in your orders of, for example, half the amount of your position. It could be 5%, could be 10%, could be 50%, as we've shown here. But yeah, that's how you would take partial profits. And it's such a invaluable method of trading. Like you got to get used to taking profits. A saying that we use a lot of chart champions is nobody went broke taking profits. So a lot of people are going to be very annoyed at themselves for, oh no, I closed too early, it's so annoying. Whereas our viewpoint of it is, well done, you've made a successful trade. 95% of traders lose money. So why would you be annoyed at yourself for making money? I feel that that's really important step that people need to get out of the mentality of, oh no, I done this wrong, and change their mentality of thinking, oh yes, I done this right, I'm making money, I'm in this for the long term, you know, everything's progressing as you want to see. But yeah, that's basically how we take partial profits over on the Bybit exchange, which is our exchange of choice. So hope that was helpful.
Well, one of the questions too that I saw here that goes along with, and this is just me reading through randomly the comments, is that they were talking about how do you even build up a portfolio on some of these exchanges, because the fees are just absolutely too insane. And that's why we suggest working with Bybit, is because if you place limit orders, you actually can get paid. Bybit actually pays you to place limit orders. And so I guess I'll let you explain that.
Well, yeah, no, yeah, you're absolutely right. That's the absolute main draw of Bybit, because, you know, if you're using Binance, if you are on Binance, you want to enter a trade, limit or market, you are going to have to pay Binance a very big fee. So the thing is, it's impossible, almost impossible to make money scalping on Binance for the small moves, because if you're trying to trade a 0.10% move, you're going to be losing money even if you got the trade right, because of the fees you're paying. Whereas Bybit are going to pay you to enter those limit orders. So they will actually give you money for entering the trade. So if you're trading a $0 move, if I buy $1,000 and sell $1,000, but I got in at limit and out at limit, I would make money by price not even moving. So you can see the absolute draw of Bybit in that regard. Like, you're getting paid to enter trades. Whereas on Binance, they are literally taking a big percentage of your money to trade. So that for me is like that is why I love to trade on Bybit, because they are paying me to trade on their exchange. Like, that is massive. That's so big. And like, obviously before I used to trade on BitMEX, and BitMEX also paid you. Now BitMEX has obviously gone massively downhill. Nobody uses BitMEX anymore. And basically everybody seems to have gone to Bybit, and I don't really blame them. But yeah, that's the main that's basically it.
Let's see. So
So
what
we'll see.
are I guess well, who else is in here? Who else is on the Yunez? We got Yunez, we got the Igor
Hello.
Master in here as well.
Yeah, I'm here too.
Looking for that Igor session in 15 minutes. See if we can get it.
Yeah, 15 minutes exactly.
15 minutes. Actually, there's two other questions that I see here. One, people that have donated of saying, have you ever used Bitladon? And my honest answer is never heard of that in my life. I don't know if anyone else here has ever heard of that.
No.
No. Yeah. I've honestly,
Ladder? What?
I don't think any of us here have ever heard of it. It seems to be some exchange by doing a Google search, but honestly, never ever heard of it in my life. So I really cannot comment. To be honest with you.
I think we have a little bit of a problem right now though, because I feel like Igor's feelings are a little bit hurt that he's not blue in the chat. I think he's hurt, man. I think he feels a little bit slightly disrespected.
For me to find Igor commenting here, it's going to be hard. So I need to. Oh, there we go. Actually, I see him. There we go, Igor. I'll add that moderator badge.
Oh, thank you.
You got the meeting now.
Congratulations.
He was about to quit. He was about to quit.
Yeah.
I suppose so at the moment we're just binding our time really, and I think that this is one of the massively important traits of being a trader, that you do have to remain patient. So if you have not got the patience, you end up losing a lot of money by entering really bad trades. You will just close trades too early. You'll tighten your stop losses to level you don't want to tighten them to. You'll just be taking really bad trades from not having the patience of just following the plan. So right now my target is higher, and right now I'm just being patient. I'm waiting for price to go up. There's no need for me to be over trading this, doing that, doing that. I'm just waiting. And I think that this is a really important thing to remember, that the way that we're managing this. So I am expecting this push up again into our target box. But what I can say to myself, okay, I do not need to close my long yet. I do not need to close it because I'm still looking for higher. The only reason I would close my long in two scenarios. Scenario number one, price comes up to my target box. I'll happily take profits. Option number two, price does fall down here. That is a possibility. And if price was to fall down, what I would be doing, I'd be going into my software and I'd be looking into this and say, okay, how many people are buying? How many people are selling? And I'd be trying to decipher, is this a real breakdown? In that case, I would be open to shorting, or is this a fake out? And what we mean by fake out is it's actually a move designed to stop people out of their trade before continuing higher. I'm going to give you an example of that right here on the chart. So this move down today, I knew it was a fake out because what happened is prices come down here below the lows. What's going to happen? People are going to get stopped out of their longs. And guess what happens? People get stopped out and price reverses massively to the upside. So these downward moves are basically just designed to stop people out before going straight back up. And what we're going to be looking for is, for example, this is what happened today. We come down to your support, and this is the reason for the bounce. But the people that are not aware of these levels, they're going to be stopped out and instantly regret that decision as price heads straight back up. So this is the sort of thing that we're going to be watching here as we push up. The same can happen obviously to the upside. We could do a move such as this, taking the highs. So taking this high here, people are longing the breakout for it to come straight back down. The only way you can ever know if this is a real breakout or not is obviously by looking into the charts. How many people are buying? How many people are selling? What's the open interest like? What's the delta like? You know, is this move actually getting a confirmed breakout, or is it what's known as a fake out? Are we seeing this absorption at the level? And in that case, we're going to be reacting. But there's no need for me to be reacting at these non-levels for me. Like, I'm not interested in buying or selling here. I'm actually just going to remain patient in my trades for it to do one of two things: come to target or drop. I'm not going to be doing anything else until that happens. So that's the trait of being patient as a trader. It is so important. It really is.
Especially too when you're basically in the middle of the point of control. So it's like you have the point of control which is where it could literally go up or down from there. And then you also have the fact that really not much is going on with that volume. So at that point, you're just becoming a gamble trader. You're just thinking, oh, I'm just going to place a trade because I'm bored, or you know what I mean? And you might as well just throw your money away. So being patient and all of that stuff. Let's see. I wonder if Igor or Eunice has anything to say.
I'm just going through the chat and answering some questions.
Yeah, isn't it like a full-time job? I'm literally just trying to read this stuff. That's what I was saying. It's like, if you have a very specific question, make sure you direct message me, because you literally have me, Igor, and Eunice trying to do this all at the same time. We can't even keep up. 3 people.
I see the same question over and over again. What is this indicator called? I believe they're talking about
the one with the yellow on the side. I'll let Daniel explain.
This is the volume profile. So this is a indicator that we really like to use. Basically just gives us our volume information, like the point of control, the value area high, the value area low. This is basically used for range trading. It is really helpful. The other 2 comments I see here, I can just see it straight away from this, is somebody basically donated asking me to look at an altcoin. And the thing that I'm going to say is, I'm not the YouTuber that does requests. So if you wanted to do requests, there's hundreds of YouTubers out there that will trade your altcoin or chart your altcoin for a donation, but that's not going to be me. So I do not take requests. Any of donation is not going to work on this. Obviously you didn't know that, so I will make one exception just because we're not getting a move, and I'm just going to look at it very quickly for you. But I just want everybody to know this in the future. Donation is not going to equal looking at an altcoin, okay? That's just something that you need to be really, really, really aware of. I'll take a look at this one just because you know we've never said this on stream before. I'm going to take a quick look at it.
You got such a good heart, isn't it?
I've got to do it for this guy, man.
So I would have done it. So you're a better person than me.
Yeah, very good.
All I'm going to say here is the chart looks as if it's got a massive, massive, massive drop. So we've dropped about 97% of value. And then I would say we're putting in you could be putting in some sort of accumulation schematic down here. Obviously, you've got really a clear area of resistance. And this support looks like it's pretty important. As you can see, this was an old support, flipping back into resistance. And now it's trying to come back into support. As you can actually see, if we come down here on a lower term time frame, that level was back tested 3 days ago. And you had a 60% bounce off of that level. Wow. Just off of one really, really simple level, 60% bounce to the upside. And as you can see, that level that I got there was really simply this first low put in of our consolidation. So this is for me a really big, big, big level. So I suppose to answer your question of, you know, what does this look like? I would say it's potentially got an accumulation schematic going on. It does require a little bit more in-depth analysis. And I don't really have... I don't have the desire to look at the altcoin, to be honest. But what I'm going to say is this is a really, really important support. That's 336 sats. While you hold this important support level, you do have obviously the potential of pushing up higher. The only thing that I would say is it looks as if you can test this again, because what you have here, you have a range going on where you could imagine this to continue again. Hit the support, back up to the highs. Hit the support, back up to the highs. So I'd say you are a 100% range bound on this coin. There's no need to be really bullish. There's no need to be really bearish. It is just going sideways. You have got a range bound trade. That's what I'd say on this altcoin. It looks neither massively bullish nor massively bearish. It just looks like a nice range bound coin. I mean, I enjoy trading these type of things. I would enjoy trading this on the stock market or Bitcoin. I just really don't enjoy trading the alts so much, like not these random coins. Yeah. But the problem for me... Oh, go ahead, Neo.
No, I mean, I was just gonna hop on the side of that, and I'm literally looking at the chat, and every person in the chat. This isn't to say anything bad about the person requesting the altcoin, but literally everybody's like, "Go back to Bitcoin. It's moving. Go back to Bitcoin. Go back to Bitcoin." So I don't think anybody else really wants. And again, this is not a shot at the person asking the question. It's just the people want to see Bitcoin.
Want to see Bitcoin, yeah. I think Bitcoin is the main thing. My biggest gripe of the altcoins is if you could only really trade them if you're trading really small amounts, because if you try and trade big amounts on those altcoins, the slippage is you're just not going to be able to trade it. So it's a little bit of a waste of time unless you trade like really tiny positions. But
Plus,
yeah, we are starting to break out here on Bitcoin, which is brilliant. So this is what we were predicting. We were predicting that we still get this move to the upside. So this is exactly what's happening. And what were we saying? 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. within that half an hour period. What you're going to see, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see this open into the close.
It's magic.
It's absolutely magic. We are predicting that this happens in 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, we're going to be looking for this to get the breakout. You're going to see absolute magic happen on this stream. I'm absolutely sure of it. It's looking very, very, very nice. And we're coming up to this target box.
It's like baking a cake, isn't it? We need a lot of ingredients to make this.
That is absolutely right. As we got our target box here. This is our target box that we're looking for to come up into next.
And we've got 40K coming up, but also too, I just want to say people are saying that they can't find my Instagram and they can't find the Chart Champions Instagram. I've put that link in the chat, but again, it's just Chart Champions on Instagram, and then mine is the one I am Neo. I'm looking here, and I am seeing that we've got some questions from some people. Like I've got a question here from Darius, and so yeah. I'm actively looking at it, and I'm seeing you guys are hitting us with the follows and stuff like that. So we appreciate that as well. And I also want to say, man, you guys are killing it right now. We're literally at 2,000 live viewers right now. We're at 1.1 thousand likes. So I wonder if we can get it up to 1.5 thousand. Can we get it up to 1.5 thousand? Because I don't know, there's some type of correlation between the YouTube likes and when Bitcoin pumps. So if we can get it to 1.5 thousand likes, then Bitcoin's going to go past. Bitcoin's going to go to our green box target.
Literally, every time we go live, we're looking at what's going to happen, and it happens as soon as the likes start getting smashed. So it's like there is a correlation between smashing up those like buttons and Bitcoin absolutely pumping. So if you want to get Bitcoin pumping up right now, smash up those likes, and we can see if we can break that $40,000 resistance. That is the big level that we're looking at now. $40,000. We just hit $39,987. So we're right up against that resistance with 3 minutes to go before our session close starts.
40K is like a really big psychological level, but
yeah. Also, one thing that I'm noting here straight away is that the volume has died off. We were approaching that level, 3 million, 5 million, and see the volume here was really, really, really low. On this last candle, we only had $116,000. So it's very, 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 very low volume. And now we're getting that bit of a pullback because the volume was too low to try and break. So we're going to get a pullback here to try and get in a little bit more volume, because this was way too low of a volume to try and break $40,000. Way too low. So we're going to have to see if we got a pullback, which is maybe going to get in a bit more people interested in trying to long us through $40,000. So we're actually reaching a really, really, really pivotal point of, are we going to breach this 40K this time? As it stands, the volume is too low. We're going to have to see if we can get a little bit more volume coming in, as we are going to try and see if this breaks or not.
Also, too, I wanted to mention, we actually talked about this before the stream. Like the people that are donating, the donations are not needed. We appreciate the donations, but they're not needed. If you just want your question to be answered, then you can obviously send the direct message to me. But at the same time, it's like, you know, if you have money and you're trying to donate it to us, we would say like donate it to yourself, buy some Bitcoin with that money. The best way to show us appreciation is to subscribe, share it with your friends, and then just hit the like button, because again, even though smashing the like thing is a meme and stuff like that, it actually does show us that you enjoy the content, and it really does keep us coming back. Because if you can look in Daniel's history, he does not stream this often. No. It's just recently that we streamed, and all of a sudden we're getting all of these likes, and you guys are showing so much love that we're doing it. And so again, even though this is the smash the like button is a meme, it actually is real, and it does show us that you guys are enjoying the content. So with that being said, make sure you smash up those like buttons. Make sure you smash up. We're almost at 1.5 thousand. So, but yeah, if you have a question, direct message me at the one I am Neo on Instagram, and also follow Chart Champions on Instagram. And if you're brand new, if you just got here, the reason why we're saying follow Daniel on Instagram is because he posts up some of his emergency, in the moment trading updates that you guys want to be aware of, because I see a lot of people in the chat are always asking what's going to happen, what do we do when we get to the target? Well, if we don't get to the target by the time the stream ends and you want to know what's going on, well, more than likely, if Daniel's at home and he has a time, he'll definitely update you on what he's seeing once we get to the target. And so that's why it's really, really important that you guys go to his Instagram. You guys just posted it, Chart Champions on Instagram, and follow him there.
Here we go.
We're trying to breach this $40,000. We are up against it to the dollar. We are trying to breach this $40,000, but we're just struggling. The volume, as you can see, we were getting on the move up 3 million, 5 million, and we're reaching 40,000, and nobody is actually buying yet. So to break this level, we are going to need to see the volume increase. And as it stands, we're not getting the volume. Let's see if we can get it on this attempt. We're really going to want to see at least 5 million at the very least, and we're just not getting it right now. So this is it's not going to break until we can get the volume. It's safe to say that this could get the rotation down unless we get the volume come in here. This is not looking so good as it stands. We're going to have to remain patient. It could get a rotation. So what I'm saying here, unless we get that, at least I would say 5 million volume, at the very least, we could get this rotation at least back down and test this point of control. So what we're going to have to be looking at here is, as it's happening right now, are we going to start getting this volume in, or are buyers not going to turn up at $40,000 again? As you can see, we've tested $40,000 once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and each time down, down, down. Are we going to go down, or will we actually get the buyers turn up one final time to breach $40,000 up to the target box? As it stands, it is not happening. Okay, so it's not happening, and we could be seeing this rotation back downwards here. So something to really be aware of. We are not getting the buyers in at 40k. People are not willing to buy above $40,000. That's pretty important news. Okay, this is really important to the chart. So it could see this rotation down unless they're actually going to start buying up Bitcoin here, which is not happening at the moment. So this is what we're going to have to monitor. We'll be monitoring this with you live in the time.
I think while we're waiting for this, if you guys want to, because I'm seeing people asking me to look at my DMs and stuff like that, and they, these people are kind of hungry for these questions. If you guys want to move into the question side of things, again, show us that you guys are wanting to do that. If we can get it up to 1.5 thousand likes, we will go ahead and start with the questions. Because like I said, I've got a lot of questions here in my direct messages. And we also have one massive question that people keep asking about, which is, what is this chart that you're looking at that is showing the volume? And if we can get it up to 1.5 thousand likes, we'll go over all of that, and then we'll start to get into the question point part of this while we're waiting for Bitcoin to kind of do something here. So I guess maybe I do see one question about in the chat that keeps popping up right now while we wait to see if the likes get up to that point, is people are asking about like the course on Chart Champions, and also too, it's like, where can somebody go if they're just now learning about trading and they don't really know much about it? And I know that we have a beginner's module for free on Chart Champions.
Yeah, so I see this guy basically saying how question about the course, how deep is it? If I purchase it and go through, can I be a profitable trader, or are they just basics? I'll show you a glimpse here of the course, what you can expect as Bitcoin here is heading back down slightly, so there's no need to worry if we miss anything. I'll come straight back to the chart if we start to get a move. Do not worry. What I'm going to show you here is a quick glimpse into the course of what you can expect when you sign up here as a member. What you'll have is so much educational content. Obviously, we have the cheat sheets, the glossary, the checklists, the learning modules, your coaching if you're interested. We have the bonus videos, contenders videos, and champions videos. There is a lot of content. What we will say is this beginners module is absolutely free. This is absolutely free of charge. In here, you can just sign up to the spectators level, which is completely free, and you can go through and take the whole of the beginners course. This is going to get you fully up to date with the real basics of trading. Okay, that's completely free on the website. Then if you're interested in becoming more of a serious trader and you want to start to make money trading, that's when you're going to have to start learning and taking a bit more serious, moving on to your support resistances, your patterns, moving averages, the indicators, you know, actually entering trades. Well, I've got some live trading videos, the channels, Fibonacci volume, and what a lot of people obviously asking about here. If you don't understand this, you don't understand this. Well, we've got the whole footprint module dedicated to everything about this. So if you really don't understand what is going on here at all, you can obviously take the course and go through the lessons and you'll understand everything inside of this by the time you have studied this content. So yeah, that's what we have in there. So the answer of can I be a profitable trader from taking the course? Well, I suppose we can give you a real example right here, which I think is, this was one of my favorite stories from Patrick of, I'm just going to read it out for you all. When I first joined Chart Champions about 7 months ago, I stopped making paycheck contributions into my daughter's college fund. She's now only 5, and decided to deposit 75% of my weekly crypto and stock winnings in there instead. I just got a call that as of today, her college fund is 100% the goal I set, which would have originally taken me 4.5 years of those paycheck contributions. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, Daniel, for the skills you've taught me, for the financial freedom you've brought to me and my family. It has been a true life changer. I mean, so there is a wonderful, wonderful story of how someone has studied the content, really learnt, and then followed through and changed not only their life, but the life of their family. I mean, so yeah, that goes to show you, I think that it's absolutely possible to make money via trading under the skills that we are teaching here.
Yeah.
You have to work hard.
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, but you have to, you know, work hard and study hard. Take all the information in.
I mean, even here, like we were saying, it was unlikely to break through 40k because the volume was too low. Whereas a lot of people are not going to know why. So if you ask an average person, why did price fall down here? They're not going to know. A lot of people are not going to know. But we can say price did not break through because the volume was way too low to break through 40,000. And what are we doing? We're coming back down because the volume was too low to break out. So we had too low of a volume on the breakout. So we are pulling back. We could pull back to this point of control, which is our next level of support. So really simply, this is such crucial information that most people just really don't even know about. It's just massively important to look at this because you can literally predict what's going to be happening. Like what's the highest probability? And we could have said breaking through 40k with that low volume, or the probabilities are very, very, very low that we were breaking through on that attempt. So we are heading lower because simply the volume was too low to break out. So it's very crucial information that you get off of this software. It's really important.
Where are we at on the likes to see if these people want to move into the questions?
So we are at 1,440, 50 more like about 50, 60 more likes, and we will start the questions.
Oh wow,
for you.
That's it.
Yeah, we are very, very, very close, and then we will start those questions for you all as we're still waiting for this break.
I got a lot of questions.
We could be pulling back, could get to this point of control. This is about another 0.2% to the downside. See what this point of control offers here. So this is like a dynamic support and resistance level. And this is obviously pulling back simply because the volume was too low on the breakout. We saw too low of a volume to get above 40,000, and we are pulling back right now. And we're going to be looking at least, I would say, to this point of control here. We'll monitor this volume as it's going on, but at the moment the volume is low. We got
software.
10 more likes. I think we're going to reach it in a second. 10 more likes and we will start those questions for you all.
We could start with what is this?
There we go. We hit the like goal.
All right. So you guys want to start. So one of the questions is that indicator that you're using, that one that's yellow on TradingView, the fixed range. People are wanting to know what, I guess we could maybe just start out with that, like what the red line is. Why is it shaded on the top? Why is it shaded on the bottom? Like, what does that mean?
Yeah. So really simply, this is the point of control. So what we mean by point of control is this is where the most volume was transacted. So really simply, there was a lot of people that have been buying and selling at this exact level. And it's basically going to be forming a dynamic support and resistance. So what you can see is, for example, if price pulls back to here, you can look for the bounces. And if it loses this, then you can look at resistance. So it's like a dynamic support and resistance where the most volume has been transacted, really. And these yellow and white shaded areas show how much of this volume was actually people buying or how much of this was people selling. So you can see here a lot of information. Where has everyone been buying and how much of that was selling and how much of that was buying? And this is such an importantly useful tool. Like, I love that tool so much.
Yep. And the reason why it's super important as well is because you want to what? Buy at the lows and sell at the highs.
Exactly.
And that tells you
when
you're forming this range. Okay. So we have, let's see here. Found you may tell people. Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate that. So one of the questions here from this Vandergast says, found you, mate. Tell people, I said mate like such an American, right? Found you, mate. Tell people that it's spelled with a 1. So yeah, my name on Instagram is the one I am Neo. It's the number 1. So the 1 I am Neo, and it's a number 1. So I appreciate that. And the next question here is
I'm just gonna change the battery in my headset 1 second. If you just keep speaking, I just won't be able to hear you for 10 seconds.
All right. We'll wait for
Daniel
Daniel
left. No, you're left. Let's have a party.
Yeah, let's have a party.
Carry on.
Daniel left. Take all his Bitcoin. Let's see. Wait, Trader R, where are you, man? You're not even. Is he even in here? No, he's not even in here. He's watching the stream, but he's just like not even.
Is that Trader R?
Yeah, he's in the group talking all this stuff.
He said that he's picking up his food, and so he's like watching on his mobile from the car while he's waiting for his food.
Oh, okay, that's good. All right, so
connection problems.
The next question from the IG is from Invest in the Hustle. I really like that. If I entered a position without leverage, could I compound my position with leverage? So if, I guess, well, I mean, I'm not the host. Daniel, you go ahead.
No, that's fine. The question is absolutely yes. So let's say, for example, I'm going to use this example here. Let's say that you entered a long position here, let's say, and you entered with no leverage. Well, let's just take it back from the start of the move. Let's say you longed the triangle breakout. Okay. You longed here, and then price got an increase in price and started to come back down. And you longed here with no leverage. And let's say on this first pullback, what you're saying to yourself is, I'm still expecting higher prices, and I have no more leverage. You know, I'm using ×1 at the moment. And I want a bigger position size as I'm still expecting higher. What you can do is increase your leverage, for example, from ×1 to ×2 leverage, and then you can increase your position size. So essentially, you could go from 100 contracts here on ×1 to increasing to ×2 leverage and go to 200 contracts here. And you would compound and increase your position size on the pullbacks as we're increasing in price each time. So yeah, that's absolutely right for how you would look at, you know, you can increase your leverage and compound into your positions. Yes.
All right. Let's see. Then the next question is from, I don't know, Woo Sacks or something like that. Oh man, I should have read this beforehand. This is not a good idea because I don't want to just start reading and then it turns into something stupid.
I'll show people what's happening right now as we were saying.
Yeah, thanks. I'm sorry. Why did I do that?
This is the advantage of being on this live stream. Like, I'm sure that we could have, if you were not watching this live stream, the likelihood of you trying to buy that breakout here, a lot of people would have been buying that breakout. Just think to yourself, how many people would have been buying this breakout if it was not for being on the stream and me warning you that the volume was too low and to remain patient. The volume here was too low and we got a pullback here. And where have we pulled back to? We're right onto that point of control. So, you know, this is just really showing you the advantage of being here, watching the content live. You know, when you are subscribed, when you've ticked that bell to be live, we can assist you to making these really, nice decisions of seeing what's happened with that volume. We recognize the volume was way too low to break out. And what happened? Look at this decline in price. We are declining in price, declining in price, declining in price, declining in price, and declining in price, all from recognizing the volume was too low on that breakout. We got a very, very big pullback all the way to the point of control. And now, what I was telling you, everybody, as I was saying, this was too low of a volume break. What we're going to do is, at the very least, come back to this support, and now we can go again. What we're going to see now is we're going to either look for the attempt once more after coming back to that, or alternatively, we lose the level, we head to the low of the range. But this has been a great insight of seeing live in the time how we were recognizing that this was not going to break out this time, simply because the volume was way too low. And from that, we got a very big pullback here all the way to that point of control. And now this is where we're going to see if the defense is put up or not. But that is hopefully helped out a lot of people on the stream that were aware of what we were looking at and why this was not a good time to buy. Volume was way too low. And we have got that really big pullback there as we were looking at all the way to the level where we were looking at. So you can see that this is important information as we're getting this action literally right now on the Bitcoin chart. It's lovely.
Yeah, let's see.
Really good.
I don't know if you can do this, but somebody says here on Instagram, how/where do I find my address on BTC for transferring BTC from another platform to Bybit?
Right. Yes.
And again, I don't know how. If you start sharing some information, man, you might end up with all your Bitcoin lost. So
well,
I don't know what
this
you want to.
account I don't really care about. So what you would do is really, really simply is, let's say that you want to deposit some Bitcoin. You would just click on deposit here, and that's going to give you your address. Okay, and then people are going to be able to, well, I guess yourself, you're going to be able to send Bitcoin to the address that it gives you. So obviously you'd sign up for an account. You click on deposit, whether you want to deposit Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, whatever. You click on deposit. That will give you your Bitcoin address, and then really simply enter that on, I don't know, the other exchange you're on, deposit that into Bybit, and you can start trading straight away.
All right. And a lot of people are, when they're direct messaging me, they don't know, like, if they have found the right person on Instagram, because they don't know what my my Instagram looks like. So Daniel, if you don't mind showing them, I put it in the chat, the link to my Instagram, just so that the people can see it.
Yeah.
And so that you know that they're messaging the right person and they're not just messaging some random idiot on the internet.
When did you post it?
I put it in the chat, in our chat on Discord.
Oh, cool. Oh, right. 1 second.
So let's see here.
I have an interesting question, Daniel.
Yep.
Somebody asked, hey, could you tell us why are Bitcoin prices on Binance slightly lower than on Bybit?
Right, yeah. So Binance and Bybit are going to have different prices. Really simply, but Binance is trading on the futures tether pair, and Bybit is trading, well, I am anyway, trading the USD perpetual swap. So they are slightly different contracts. And this is why you're seeing a bit of a difference in price. This fluctuates all the time. Sometimes it's $30, sometimes it's $130. But they are, firstly, you can just say it's really simply because the exchange is different. Secondly, you can say that they are slightly different contracts, actually. So this is why you get a slight discrepancy in price. I mean, for myself personally, I always go off with a Bybit chart. So I mean, I'm trading on Bybit, and that makes most sense for me to obviously primarily look at a Bybit chart. Yeah, if you trade, for example, the tether pair on Bybit, you're going to notice that the tether pair on Bybit is basically the same prices as Binance, because they're both trading obviously then USDT. Whereas I'm majority of the chart, I'm trading them both really, I suppose, but the majority of the time, to keep it simple, I'm trading just the perpetual swap, which is a never-ending futures contract over on Bybit. And another question that I get all the time that I remember is, I'm from England, so why am I trading Bitcoin USD? Why am I not trading Bitcoin Euro or Bitcoin Great British Pounds? And really simply, it's because all of the volume is on Bitcoin USD. So I don't have to be American to trade the USD pair. I just trade the one which has got the most volume.
Yep. And I got a question here from +44. They said, not a TA question, but can you ask Daniel how old was it when you started trading? And did you have like a full-time job and all this other stuff when you started trading? Obviously, you don't have to get into your whole story, but just
so I started off when I was 16. Well, I've always been interested in like investing from like a young age. Like the money side of things always was interesting to me, but really when I started getting into it casually, I suppose at first, was when at the age of 16, when I was like, okay, yeah, I've got a little bit of money, I'd like to invest it really. And just started off with not very much money, just slowly getting into it. Then obviously you hit 18 where you can have your own account. Then I started, putting a bit more money, taking it slowly, and it was very much an investment way that I started. And I was obviously in the stock market as well. And then the way that I really got into like the transition from investing to trading was because my investments made some nice money, and then I lost a lot of that money, because this is the problem when you just hodl something. You make nice money, but then when it crashes, you lose all the money. And for me, I lost a lot of the money that I had made, and I was like, why is this happening? Why are prices going down? Why are prices going up? And that's where I transitioned from wanting to just invest to actually thinking, okay, I want to actually know why prices are going up, why prices are going down. And then I studied and studied and studied and studied, and worked out, well, why we see prices go down, why we see prices go up, why prices turn around at certain levels. This is like what we're looking at all the time. I mean, you saw a live example here as we were speaking. Like, why did price reverse here? Really, really, really simply, there was not enough buying interest above $40,000. There was so little volume on the break. Very, very, very small. Look at the difference. On the run up, 3.2 million, 5.7 million. On the break, 900,000. This is absolutely rubbish. You see that and you're not going to buy. And what has price done? Really simply, it's actually still heading down to that point of control region here. I mean, its volume was really, 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 really low, and price headed down, to be simple.
Oh boy. It's funny because Jimbo said, I'm looking at all my Instagram messages, and I'm just like, man, they just keep coming. I don't even know if we're gonna be able to get to all these people. But Jimbo said, now you know how it feels to be a hot girl on Instagram. I was like, Jesus, yeah, I couldn't. I'd have to hire somebody to just answer all these. All right, I'm gonna try to get some of the oldest ones here, because I guess now that you showed my Instagram, people have more confidence in the fact that they know. Yeah. But yeah, I'll for the people who just joined, we're in the question and answer portion, and the chat is going by so fast that I can't keep up with it.
Pull back, yeah.
And so Daniel just showed you my Instagram. So you go there, you direct message me, and then I will start reading some of the posts from that. So yeah, my Instagram is the one I am Neo. It's the number one I am Neo on Instagram, and then now we're going through it. So the question that was answered, a question that was asked is, when is the next CC competition? I missed the first one.
Yes. I'm going to try and get one of those running, maybe in one more month, or maybe 1 month's time. I'll try and do another competition for you all. I mean, I enjoyed doing it. The first one was obviously an absolute blast. And is Patrick in here?
I don't know if he wants to speak, but
fair enough. Yeah,
he's in here. If he does want to speak,
I'm here, guys. I'm right here. I said I had to shut down YouTube because I was getting too much lag.
Well, basically, Patrick was the winner of the last competition that we done, and I think we're going to do like a podcast together, aren't we? We're going to be speaking about like some of your tactics and on a high level overview of how you traded, and you're still up for that, aren't you?
Absolutely. I think I trade just a little hair differently than most people in the group, so I think it should provide some good insight, a different perspective.
Yeah. So yeah. For the question of when are we going to do another one, I would say within 1 or 2 months. And for the winner of the last competition that we hosted was BTC 08, who is in the chat right now, and he obviously walked away with first prize. And was that like $15,000 you won in that competition? That was.
Well, it was. I held on to half of it, take partial profits, and I sold the rest above 40K. So it ended up being closer
nice.
to mid 20s.
Yeah, like yeah. I guess you won at a really good time because you won before the massive pump in Bitcoin. So that was a brilliant time to win the competition. To be fair, but yeah, we'll do another one of those. I'd say a month or two. But yeah, we're always looking to do these sort of things. But obviously, we're not going to be running them every single month because each one is giving away like 50 grand. So probably I'd say the next one's going to be in 1 month. We'll try and do another one maybe to start towards the end of February. I would imagine we'll try and get another competition running for you all.
All right. Next question from Pat. Patty Digby. Man, this is terrible. I am so bad at this name thing. Anyways, they say fundamental question. I guess I could just answer this. If we go long, let's say 10 times, where does the profit come from? Who am I betting against? I don't get it. You're just basically, when you use leverage, you're just borrowing from the exchange, and the profit comes from the other people who have dumped their Bitcoin onto the exchange to trade. And so I guess that's the simplified answer, but I'm trying to get through this guy. I have too many questions, man. This is insane. Somebody says, how do you think it will go in the long term, like the end of 2021? I guess you can keep this short and sweet.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the long-term predictions are, I think like you could kind of see what we're doing on this stream is like we're able to predict what's happening really, really accurately, like right now in the time. But for end of 2021, it's so hard to sort of predict with any sort of precision where we're going to be in a 1 year's time. In the 1 minute chart, we can say with a high degree of probabilities where price is going to go, why it's going to reject. But for 2021, 1 year in the future, that's obviously a lot harder. I mean, ultimately, kind of I'm bullish for a year's time, but obviously what you could see before the year is, for example, you could see a massive drop in price before another rise. So yeah, there's too much that can happen in 1 year for me to really kind of care in that regards.
All right. So Darius says, if you are Neo, again, it's the one I am Neo, and it's the number one, not spelled out, the number one, the one I am Neo. It says, can you please explain what the one-to-one extension is? And they also ask, I'm a complete newbie at the moment. How much would I need to start with to trade BTC? And I guess I'll just answer that really quick. Yeah. I just put in $100, and that's really it. That's all you really need. You can trade, because Bybit allows you to have positions of like $1, $2, $5, $10. So you don't really need anything except like $100 to start trading. And so, yeah, the one-to-one extension can be explained by Daniel really quickly.
Yep.
Thank you, Darius.
I agree with Neo. Like, you can literally start trading Bitcoin with $50, $100. You really don't need a lot of money. And for the one-to-one, yeah, this is when you get your impulse, and then you look for your retracement. And really simply, we're looking for the exact same impulse again. So we take our Fibonacci extension from the low to the high of the impulse from the retrace, and our one-to-one is really simply that replicated to give us, replicate that extension to here. You can see that's exactly on the one-to-one Fibonacci. So our one-to-one extension is really simply the exact replica of the first impulse to the end of the retracement to give us our one-to-one extension. So I hope that helps.
Yep. And also too, for the people that are because a lot of people ask that question, especially too, about like, what's that chart that you're using that shows all the volume? That's Exo charts. And what Daniel just did is showing you how to use the one-to-one extension. And all of that is packed in the contenders and champions courses that they have on Chart Champions. So if you want to learn more, you can go there and actually take the courses. And I'm not sure the learning modules, is it in that, or is it just mainly in the courses?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's so much in-depth extra knowledge that you can get. So if you really want to learn about Fibonacci seriously, Then, you know, we've got the whole course on Fibonacci, from the expansions to the extensions to the negative fibs to the retracements to the 0.5 to the GAN to the time to the fan, everything Fibonacci. If you want to learn about Fibonacci, which in my opinion is the greatest money making tool ever, yeah, we've obviously got the whole course of that on the website.
All right, let's see here.
There are some people that have
oh, sorry, yeah, what were you saying?
there are some people that have donated, and they have some questions.
Oh, sure, yeah. Let me take a look at these then. So see here. Can you share your ExoChart setup or the most? So basically, for all of these ExoChart templates, they are all part of a. Basically, you can only share them via a notepad, which is obviously going to be impossible via YouTube. So all of our templates that we're using, they are for the champions and contender members. So if you're interested in those templates, they're available for all of the champion and contenders members. Just in the pinned comments within the general chat, you can get access to all of these pre-set up templates. So that's that question. Nick, hi chaps. Hello, Nick. Hope you're doing well, mate.
Let's see.
ExoCharts, this question here. ExoCharts does have a free version. It's not really great, really, but they have a free version and a paid for version.
Yeah, the normal version, the free version, I think stops at the 4 hour.
Yeah,
I think it is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there is a free version, but it's kind of better to get the paid version. But you can make that decision, I suppose. You don't need it. What exchange do you recommend for those in the US? I mean, I always just think Bybit. Yeah, so yeah, I guess Neo's from the US. So what exchange do you recommend?
I use Bybit, and I have heard, wink, wink, I have heard that if you have problems logging in any country to Bybit, if you have quote unquote problems, you can use a VPN to help you with those problems. I'll say it like that. So that's yeah, that
very good.
That's the end of that. And oh yeah, also too, we forgot to mention, none of anything that we say is financial advice at all. Yeah. You obviously trade at your own risk and all that other fun blah 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 stuff. Yeah. So I got some more, and obviously Daniel, you can let me know whenever you want to move on from questions, but they just keep coming in.
At the moment, it's quite nice to do quick because literally nothing really is happening on the Bitcoin charts. Yeah. We're just range bound ultimately. So we have gone really from the higher of the range to the lower of the range to the higher of the range to the lower of the range. I mean, we are waiting for, you know, a really big break, but it is just this bit of patience that we're reminding you, we've got to stay patient here. I'm going to remind everybody, if you're catching up late here, what we're waiting for. And essentially, we're still trading from the pattern from the 12th of January that we were talking you through, the Bitcoin really new bullish pattern. We're still in the exact same trade from when we were waiting for that massive breakout. We were saying we're going to get a massive breakout, and we got that massive breakout to the upside. This was an 18% target to the upside. And we're basically just waiting now for the final leg of this pattern to complete. We have currently seen profits. Okay, we've currently seen profits from the entry to where we are all the way up here. 14% profits. And essentially we're waiting for this little push to the upside. I can show you the position. Basically what I've done is I created an account. I'm going to be looking to trade on live stream with you all. And so you can see here, I'm currently still in this trade off of the Chart Champions live stream account. Currently in this trade, which was literally entered less than 1 day ago. So in less than 1 day, this account is currently made $4,200 profit. And this has obviously hit a take profit yesterday. So the original position size was double this. I took 50% profits yesterday, and essentially I'm letting the rest, one of two things. It's going to come up to my target. So I want to see, you should all understand this. I am still in my long looking for this price. I have hit my take profit 1 on this. So I have already closed 50% of my position. I'm left with the left of this running position for either getting stopped out if we head down, or alternatively, we come up to my final target. But yeah, this account currently less than 1 day of trading, $4,000 profit from really simply doing exactly what I said I was going to do in the video that I gave you all on the 13th of January. I just literally gave it to you, everybody that watched the video. We have seen a lot of comments as well from people making money. And this is the advantage. You can watch the video, you can understand, and you can look to make money alongside us. We've seen a lot of really successful people that have made money on these calls. So that is absolutely brilliant. And just so then you can see, we are also trading this analysis. Of course we are. And that is, since that call, $4,000 profit in less than a day of trading. We were looking for that breakout yesterday on the 13th. We got the breakout. I'm looking for a little bit more of a push, but I'm not going to get greedy. I'm not going to say to myself, I'm not taking profits here. And what I'm saying is I'm looking for another push to the upside to our target box. But if we do fall down here, I'm kind of okay with that now. You know, and we'll be and essentially we could say that we could have topped out here. And again, I want to remind you, why are we finding resistance? It is that CME futures gap. This is the big resistance that we are up against now for the last, let's just see what board side, for the last 6 hours, we have just been unable to really break through this CME gap resistance. So it obviously does mean that the absolutely massive move that we were calling yesterday could potentially have topped out, and we could be heading down if we are unable to break this CME gap resistance. That's why this is a take profit. If you got in that call with us yesterday, then it is likely that you should be taking profits. Again, no financial advice, but for me, this should have hit a take profit by now. And if we were to fall down, we know exactly why we have. And this CME gap is the very big resistance we are up against now. For us to come up to our final target box, we are going to have to break the current big CME gap resistance. So that's kind of what we're waiting for after that, you know, crazy, massive move that we were calling. We're waiting for this final 4%. We've already gained 14%. For the final 4%, we are going to need to break the current resistance on the chart.
There's a nice comment from Kubi saying, you guys are amazing. Please do more of these videos so that way I can earn money for the membership.
Yeah, I mean, what I really want is I really want to bring Outsider into a video, because I think that she'll be so...
Is she around?
I think I'm hoping that she's going to be. I don't think she's around at the moment.
No, it says she's idle.
Yeah, I'm hoping that she's around tomorrow, and I was thinking about doing one tomorrow if she messaged her. But I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, we've got some girls in the group.
That's actually pretty funny. Like, I did see. That's actually one of the questions here. In somebody else had a question saying, you know, hey, I bought some ETH and then I switched it over to Bitcoin. Do you think it's a good idea to sell the Bitcoin now to get back into ETH at all-time highs? Or it's just completely up to you. You know, we can't tell you necessarily when to sell or when not to. But somebody here said, yeah, they lost after I lost 30K of my Bitcoin. Is it quite likely that I can pay for the Champions membership from following Daniel's trades on the private live streams? And I'll say that this is not a signals group. We don't give you, you know, entries and exits, but we can say for a 100% fact that if you follow along with what he's teaching, I mean, he literally just showed you on the stream live right now that he's in a position to make $4,000 in a day. You know, it takes $2,500 every day to become a millionaire, and he's already at 4,000. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, you know, if you just follow along with what he's doing, you'll eventually be able to make that back, and you'll be able to pay for your membership. In fact, I think that's what most of the members are doing. They have the membership, they learn, and then they pay for their membership from what they learn. So,
yeah,
exactly.
Let's see. I didn't expect this many questions to come in, to be honest, but it's good though. It's good because it shows that you guys actually are paying attention, you want to learn, and you guys are hungry for the knowledge. So keep the questions coming.
Yeah, I'm trying to answer some on the text as well. So
yeah, I've got a pretty long question here. So if Nia or if any of you guys see anything in the comment section, you can ask one of those questions.
Yeah,
we need 400 more likes until we hit our goal.
Wow.
Yeah, what likes are we at right now? We're still at 1,600. We're at 2,500 viewers, basically. Yeah, we got to get up to at least 1,800 likes.
Let's see.
Damn, I just
smash up those likes, everybody. If you join in tonight's live stream, I think it's been a bit different than normal. What we've approached in tonight's live stream is we're still following on really from that massive breakout that we saw. You know, that crazy big breakout that we were predicting. And tonight's live stream has been a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more. We're taking some questions tonight and we're answering your questions to really give back and, you know, that help of a lot of people inside our community, which I really love. They are actually really wanting to learn, whereas a lot of people are only interested in gimme, 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 gimme. Well, our philosophy is, instead of giving a man one fish, we will teach that man how to fish so he can make his own, you know, own income, his own money. So it's so much better rather than just being handed one thing like a target, an entry and a stop loss and just not understanding the process. But people here really want to learn to fish for themselves so they can make as much fishes as they want. They can make us an unlimited amount of money because there is an unlimited amount of opportunities from the knowledge. So that's what tonight's live stream was focused on, giving you an update really on that massive breakout that we were predicting, how there's still 4% left of this, and really a little bit of a chilled one as we just take some questions. We really try and share our knowledge here and just, you know, help out some people. So it's great that a lot of people are really wanting to learn, and, you know, that's absolutely wonderful, really.
So here this person is saying, which I'm glad this is a question here. It's it's just a bunch of letters. They say, I have this problem. When I see a setup like we do right now, I would long a breakout above 40K now, but it happened so often to me that it was a fake out and I get burned and I lose money. I don't have ExoChart software to see the breakout confirm. What do you advise for me? I mean, I guess I'll let Daniel take that.
Well, so what I can kind of advise, what I'm going to show you here is, I'm going to just show you something really quickly. I am going to show this. Okay. So if you don't have Exo charts, you don't understand it, and you'd like a little bit of assistance live in the time, well, this is what I gave telling people yesterday. So I was telling people inside of the group, you know, this was before the triangle broke out. Okay, so before the triangle broke out, while we were here on the chart, I really simply said to everybody, I am gonna tell you if this is a real fake out or if it's a real breakout. So if you don't understand EXO at the moment and you just like that little bit of help in that regards, well, I'm here every single day, literally 12 hours a day on the charts, looking at them, loving them, and, you know, helping people. So I basically told everybody, I'm going to tell you if this is a real breakout or it's a fake out. Okay, and that was here on the chart, and you know, people love this. I got the reactions. People smashed up the likes. And,
yeah,
really,
we did.
Really simply, I was saying this is what I could potentially see. So I want to show you something, the prediction that I made, that we could see this as the fake out, take the high, come back down. I want to show you what happened. Okay, I really want to show you what happened here. We done exactly as I was kind of thinking what there was that potential to do. So this is the chart that I was showing people, where we could see this move up before down. Or look what happened, ladies and gentlemen. We got that move up to take the highs. We got that, and then we come straight back down. What was I looking for? The move up before coming straight back down. What did we get? We got the move up before coming straight back down. But not only that, I was also telling people, as it was happening, it looks like a fake out, as the volume on the break was low and we are selling into a 30 million limit order. So I'm essentially telling people, as it's happening live at the time, that this is the fake out. So your question of lots of times you get burnt trying to hide the fake outs. Well, the only way to know this is obviously using software such as this, if we're honest. If you don't know how to do that, well, you might get lucky by being online at the right time and being able to see my posts of, you know, literally telling you, I think this is going to be a fake out. And would you guess? That was a fake out. We had a decline in price from 3.5%. And then we got a real breakout. And if you remember correctly, this was the fake out. We brought it down to the lows. This is where I longed. My long, as you can see here, was literally, if we come in here, I'm gonna blow your minds, hopefully, ladies and gentlemen. But the long that I entered, was after that fake out. That was the fake out from the high. Okay, this is the stop loss now. And you can see that after telling everybody that the fake out is occurring right now, that is where we had the big drop in price. And I was buying the big drop in price. So a lot of people are getting stopped out here. Think what's occurring in this situation. Many people longed the breakout. 30 million people longed the breakout for it to be a fake out. And then what happened? I am buying all of the sell orders. Everybody is fearful and scared. I literally bought the fake out. You know, after the rejection, I'm buying the fear. And what happened? I bought the exact low before a massive increase in price. And let me tell you one more thing, ladies and gentlemen, is we did not even need to wait for confirmation. So what are a lot of YouTubers or a lot of people going to be stressing about? They're going to be saying, buy the breakouts. So what is the advantage of chart champions? Well, you can think, instead of buying the breakout, we're literally buying here the absolute low before prices even broke out. So I was buying, I didn't need to wait for confirmation of the volume because I actually bought the retrace. So you can see the big difference here. Instead of buying the breakout, we're actually buying at the lows of the moves. We don't need to wait for confirmation. We don't need to wait for anything because we're actually getting in at really good areas of value. Like really, you could not have got a better entry than what we got yesterday because that was the very low of the move before the breakout. So that's like a really big difference. We don't even need to wait for the confirmation. We don't need to buy the breakouts because we actually know where the low is coming here before the move to the upside. And that is like a massive advantage. You can see right here with the position that I got open. That's exactly what I done yesterday.
Do you want to show the screenshot that I've just posted on our Discord?
Absolutely. Let me try and find it.
Inside the thing.
Yeah.
So because I took the exact same trade and and we were already looking for
so
this
is what Eagle was posting yesterday. He was also looking for that exact retracement before getting that massive increase in price, and that is exactly what happened. Come up, and we even got the retracement off of here. So yeah, I mean, this sort of information we're all showing about. I mean, you saw Younes's Elliott wave count the other day. You saw the Trader R prediction of how we were even going to get.
Oh, that's
triangle.
epic!
Like we literally before that triangle was even formed, Trader R was calling it the lows, the highs, the lows, the breakout to the upside. Before anybody had even saw that triangle, Trader R has seen it and traded it like an absolute champ. I mean, yeah, we got some special analysis. We really do.
Someone is saying, Lee Summers is asking, yes, but how do you guys know? Because, you know, we're trading. We're
just skill.
We've been taught by Daniel, who's been trading now for, you know, several years, and he knows his things, and
yeah, because most of the like Daniel was saying, most of the YouTubers are out there. They are pattern traders or breakout traders, and they have to wait for patterns to be formed. But for us, what we're learning how to do is you get in before the pattern even happens. So if you see where Daniel has the original 20% move, that starts at 30,800 or 30,400. We were longing there while all the other YouTubers are trying to long at 34,000. So they missed out on $4,000 worth of move. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so we're not saying that those YouTubers are wrong or they're stupid or they don't know what they're doing. You know, breakout trading does work, as you can see. But why not long the absolute low and catch that extra $4,000 move, you know? And so that's the advantage of using, because a lot of people are still asking what that chart is. That's the advantage of using exo charts. That's the advantage of learning what we're teaching here at Chart Champions. And so, you know, I think that, you know, the question of can I pay back, you know, the Chart Champion membership every month with what I'm learning there, it's like the answer is absolutely yes, because you don't have to wait for a breakout. You can long and short everything on the way to the breakout, and then after that you can long the breakout if you wanted to.
Yeah, like literally compound into it.
Yeah, compound into the breakout. So I've got a couple more questions on my end here. Let's see. Jesus, there's so many of these things. I did not expect this. One person was saying, I guess we could try to go as fast as we can because there's like 20 questions. Is it better to trade spot holding the coin or leverage? To trade is not to hold. So yeah, if you buy spot to hold the coin, and if you want to trade, You can use leverage. People say use 1 or 2 times leverage. So I would say that is that. Let's see. So how can you recognize, I guess maybe if you got on like the 1 minute or 30-second chart, because a lot of people are asking, how do you recognize that the volume is low? How do you recognize that the volume is increasing or decreasing? So maybe you can get on like the 1 minute chart and actually show the numbers changing, or maybe show like net longs, net shorts or something like that so people can see.
So, I mean, like here we are like looking right now as this is happening. So we have literally just seen $500,000 short. Okay. And so we're able to just recognize, obviously, what you can do is build up some statistics. What's the average amount of volume? What's the average amount of volume on a breakout? What's the average amount of volume in a 1 minute candle? And you can start to then work out, okay, is this a good base breakout volume based on statistics? What is the actual average on the breakout? Okay. And then, I mean, really simply from this move that happened here, I would know for 100% certainty that the average volume is going to be over 1 million delta. So this was extremely low delta. Like, this is not going to break you above $40,000. There's no way it's going to do it because the volume is ultra low. This is ultra low volume. And really simply, that's how you would have, again, there's not 100%, of course, but we could be saying like a 98% probability that this is not going to break out because the volume is just not there. And if the volume is not there, how is price going to move up? It's not, is the simple answer. And we got a retrace. We didn't even really get a nice bounce on the point of control. We're just like hovering around it, really. So at the moment, volume is just very low. And essentially we're range bound. So we are essentially just range bound here.
Yeah. All right. Next question is, somebody just said wind sail. Oh, wind sailing. Oh, that's that guy that yeah, he just said,
he's
your
a champion.
hair is amazing. He says, your hair is amazing. Keep on moderating. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. The next question here says, hey, I messaged Daniel, but I might as well just message it here. Sorry if you guys can hear that beeping. I hope it stops. Okay, there it goes. He just joined, so welcome to the group. And he said, as a beginning crypto trader, what do you personally recommend as far as the money wise to start out trading? Like I said, when I started last year, I literally only bought 100 Bitcoin, and that was it, because I'm trading with like $50 position sizes, $100 position sizes. Because what I'm learning is that the most important part is to prove that you can consistently win. You don't need to lose thousands and thousands of dollars every trade to realize, wait, I don't know what I'm doing. You can just lose a couple of dollars or even like 50 cents on each one of your trades. And so it literally just doesn't really matter. Whatever, $100, $500, whatever you want to do. And then it says, also from your perspective, if this community is so successful with profits of day trading crypto, how come everyone else isn't doing this as well? I can't speak for anybody else.
My opinion would be
harder. I don't know.
My opinion is, the reason a lot of people don't want to be down on these time charts is because, well, I suppose there's two reasons really. First, this is a real skill. So you're not going to be able to just come in and trade the 1 minute chart successfully like you can for example, a lot of people at the moment are making a lot of money on trading Bitcoin because it's not hard to make money in a bull market. All you need to do is buy. Okay, essentially all you need to do is buy the breakout, and it's really easy money at the moment. So it's very easy to make money in a bull market. It's obviously not as easy to make money in a bear market, but it's not even harder to make money on the lower term timeframes. Why? Because this is an actual real skill. It's not something that's going to be easy. You are going to have to put in time and dedication to learn this. So it's like anything. If you want to become a doctor, you're going to study for 7 years. If you want to be a scalp trader, you're going to have to put in time and study. You're not just going to be able to, I'm going to start trading on the 1 minute chart and do that successfully. It's like anything. There's a skill to it. And I suppose a lot of people don't want to be trading this too time consuming. Maybe they literally just don't want to put in this much time. Maybe they just, I would say a lot of people it's going to be to do with, they just don't really have the desire. They just don't, maybe they just don't want to start. We have a lot of people in the group as well that don't want to be on the 1 minute charts. Okay. They have a full-time job, they have a family, they have other things going on in life, and they're not interested in 1 minute charts. That's absolutely fine. And then they can become a swing trader that trades on the 4 hour chart, trades on the daily chart. That's absolutely fine. Obviously the scalp trading is more time consuming to be, it's literally just more time consuming. But if you love trading and you love being on these time frames, you can take a lot of trades a day, and I don't know, I just find it really fun.
They're really fun. I was just going to say
Yeah.
they're really fun. I mean, especially when you find like a nice bullish divergence or bearish with the CVD, and you can get into a quick scalp. That's, it's brilliant.
I also want to say I saw the comments flying about people thought that I started with 100 Bitcoin. No. I started with $100 worth of Bitcoin. So I went to like Coinbase or whatever, bought $100 worth of Bitcoin, and then transferred it over to Bybit, and just been trading with that ever since. And also too, one of the things is that a lot of people have to understand that there's a lot of times where Daniel has made, I can't tell you how many challenge accounts Daniel's made where he just took $100 worth of Bitcoin, or $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, and then transform that into like $100,000. And so you can start off with these quote unquote small amounts of capital. And then if you know how to grow an account, it doesn't matter how, and so that's why a lot of people ask that question of how much should I start? It doesn't matter. Just 100, 1,000, whatever you are willing. And that's $1,000, not Bitcoin. And here's a question from Instagram as well. They said, "Hi, I'm watching you guys for quite a while right now. Is it smart to go from the free membership to a full one? Thanks. Hope you'll answer." And is it smart to go? I think maybe they're asking like, maybe they feel like they're not ready. Maybe they feel like it might be a little bit too intimidating. And so I would say that if you feel like you have used up all of the information you possibly could, and you want to take your skill to the next level, then after you've watched the YouTube videos, and after you've done the free modules, and after you're done being in the spectators group of Discord, and you're just like, you know what, I actually want to be around traders who take this really seriously, then I think that's when you would want to move up to the champion level. So I don't know, what do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I kind of just agree, really.
It's recommended to maybe go to the contenders.
I think a lot of people do FOMO into the champions because they think they're going to miss out. But
a
lot of people are probably best off starting at contenders, studying the content. Again, on the contenders, that's where you have access to, or the contenders and champions all have access to this. But this is where you can study the content, understand it, and then you could go to champions to like see like those sort of updates, like given the day of, is this a fake out? Is this a real breakout? That sort of general market overview during the day. As it looks like we're moving down here towards the low of our range. Really at the end of this is literally just range bound. So, we haven't managed to get any breakout during the stream in the end. Again, this is something that's really important. We might want to see a breakout. We might want to see, a move here. But at the end of the day, when this volume is so low, it's just not going to happen. So at the end of the day, we literally are just range bound here. We have our high of the range, we have the low of the range. We are literally just going from here. And I just want to say to everybody that, the question obviously is that massive move that we were looking at, is that massive move over, and have we hit resistance, and are we actually going to head straight back down? The thing that you got to be thinking of here is, don't ever think that there's 100% guarantee. So it's likely that we can come up to this box. But what I'm going to say is, if we start breaking down, if you also got into those longs with me a few days ago, if you got into those longs, you don't want to be in the position where you're wanting that little ass push. But if this starts breaking down, do not get into the position of saying, I'm just going to hold it a bit longer, it's going to reverse. Going to hold it a bit longer, it's going to reverse. Hold it a bit longer, it's going to reverse. And then before you know it, you've lost all of your profits. Don't get into that position. You got to take profits. We are looking for another push up, but there is the potential that this is the top, and we're not going to be in the mindset of thinking, I'm just going to keep holding because it's going to reverse. And, before you know it, you've lost all of your profits and you've made a loss on the move. That is never going to happen to us now in this situation. We have taken profits on the long. We are looking for another push, but it might not happen. We might get the reversal here again. Why are we finding such big resistance? I want to remind you all, ladies and gentlemen, is that future CME gap. It has been a massive resistance for the past 6 hours. Okay, that's the resistance that we are up against now. So we could say that could be the top. and we head down. But as it stands, we don't really need to think that because we are still range bound. We can still see this continuing. So I'm not really worried at the moment until we start actually breaking down. Then, you know, I'm not going to be worried. I'm just going to say, okay, I'll close my long. I'll close the long and look for a short if we start obviously breaking down here. I'm okay with that, you know. Of a 18% move, we have taken 14% of it thus far. So it's not the end of the day, really, if we break down from here, either. Just trading the charts, really.
We've got to go back a little bit and go back to the memes. We've got about 2,500 people watching, and we're at 1.8 thousand likes. If you guys are enjoying the content, the fact that we're actually interacting with you guys in the chat, answering your questions, if you're new here and you haven't already turned that like button blue, can we get ourselves up to a new all-time high? This will, I think, will be an all-time high for our stream.
All-time high, yeah.
If we get up to 2,000 likes on the video, it really helps us out. It shows that you guys are enjoying the content, and it actually pushes this out more to YouTube, and they push it out to more people so they can find it as well. I mean, somehow we just, as soon as I started saying that, we went up by 200 viewers. We went from 2,500 to now we're at 2,700. So if you guys, I mean, it's clear as day that you guys smashing the likes and sharing it really helps out. And a lot of people are in the chat, you know, wondering if why are their questions not being answered? And that's because the chat is going too fast for me. And so the way to make it easier on me is I just have people sending me their messages on Discord. I mean, on Instagram. And so the thing that you need to do if you want your question answered is you go and follow Daniel on Instagram at Chart Champion, so he can show you what his Instagram looks like, so you know that you found the right Chart Champions. And then you also want to follow me on Instagram, and he can show you my Instagram, and so that way you know that it's the right Instagram. Mine is the one I am Neo. It's the number one, not spelled out one. It's the one I am Neo, the number one. And Daniel can show you that as well, just so that way you make sure you land on the right page, and you can send me the messages, and I am just reading through them as they come in. There I am. I appreciate everybody following and hitting me up with the messages. And so, yeah, that's what we're doing right now, because as you guys can see, the chat is just going absolutely way too fast. And yeah, if we can get up to 2,000 likes, I still see a lot of people asking, what is that yellow thing that you have on your screen? And they're asking more questions about what is that software that you're using where you can see all the buys and the sells. And we'll get to that as soon as
we just hit it.
We just hit it.
Likes.
You guys didn't even let me finish my pitch. I mean,
No.
Right, man. You guys are just really enjoying the content. So yeah,
info.
appreciate that. So I know that Daniel, you have some people. Oh yeah, and people that are donating. Again, you don't need to donate if you want your question answered. Just you can do what we just said about the Instagram. The donations are really appreciated. But again, if you really want to show your love, all we ask is that you like and you share and you subscribe. You tick the bell, hit all, so that way you're updated with the immediate, you know, in case we have anything urgent popping off as far as like Bitcoin and stuff like that goes. So I guess we can continue here where Nick Stats says, scared money don't make money. Thank you for that. And then we also have here we have two questions about exo charts again, where they're asking info on buying and selling the volume and what conclusions you can make out of like looking at the buying and selling volume. And then that was asked by something Nord on Instagram. And then there's another person, Ahmed, was asking the same thing, like, hey, can we get a little bit of an example of how you use the imbalances on ExoChart? So I guess we could say, you know, I mean, I guess you understand the question, like, how are you looking at the buys and sells on ExoCharts?
Yeah.
And again,
so for the way that I'm like approaching it is really, I like to look at it at really key levels. So for example, that was a key level for me as we were approaching like 40,000. It's like a really key level. Like I'm not really interested in what's happening now, because this for me is not a key level. You know, I'm only interested where I'm interested in taking a trade. And so at 40,000, I need to know how much people are buying, how many people are selling, you know, what's the open interest like on the break. And really simply, it does not need to be hard. I can just keep it very simple and say, to break this massive level of $40,000, I want to see an increase in volume. And what we got was a decrease in delta. So for me, that is just really simply saying, okay, I have not seen what I wanted. So I actually expect price to go down. You know, I wanted to see price go up, you know, because I'm in a long position. But really simply, what I've said is, okay, I've not seen what I wanted. So in that case, I actually now expect price to go down because the market was not interested in buying at those levels. It's as simple as that. So I've kept it very, 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 very simple. I've seen prior candles of millions. We've come up to the big breakout of 40,000 and it's failed. Why has it failed? Because the volume was ultra, ultra, ultra low. Nobody wanted to buy up here. And we actually auctioned all the way back down. You know, we auctioned all the way back down because there was nobody buying here, literally. And we come all the way back down here. So it's kind of like auction market theory. You've got to come down to another area of value. Could that value be a big drop to the downside? Obviously, potentially it could. You know, we could get a really big drop here. But that should not be so much of a worry. You have to remember, we have taken profits on the long. We are in from the very low. If we fall down here, it's not the end of the world. But ultimately, yeah, we're range bound here. So we could even see a fake out of the lows before coming back up to this target box. But yeah, that's what we're looking at in here. You know, I'm just trying to decipher when we reach these key levels, how many people are buying and selling. Okay. And it gives me a massive, massive, massive advantage to taking some of these trades, or alternatively not taking the trade. You know, I might have wanted to actually long the break, but because of what I saw, I knew not to actually long here. So it's kind of like that step of confirmation.
All right. So we have one question about, can you guys look at the big picture if we do go down? We don't really look too big a picture. We just trade things level to level with that question. So I mean we could maybe answer it like really quickly because we got all the other questions.
Yeah, I suppose what I'm going to say, I'm probably going to do this. Probably next one might be the last question before we wrap it up for the night. To be honest. But what, because we're just going sideways in this range.
Yeah,
it's not so massive tonight. But if we do break to the downside, for me the key support is basically $36,000. I think 36,000 is a really key support. And obviously, if we actually come down a little bit more, we'll be looking to retest the breakout area, which is about $34,000. So for me, there's two really important supports: 36,000 and 34,000. If we start to break down from this range, which I do want to remind you all, it is possible that we have seen the top. The CME gap here is acting as a massive resistance. If we are unable to breach it and we head down, I really think 36,000 and 34,000 are your next areas of big support. Really simply.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right. Let me just scroll through these questions real quick while you guys are, if there's anything really quickly. Wow.
Is there anybody else want to add anything? I mean, like Yunez or Igor?
No, I agree with what you said. Yeah, I think there's support on there at the 36,000 area, and we can't forget that above us, we are hitting 40,000, and for any traders that saw this massive sell-off, you know, if they were still long in their positions and price came back to 40,000, they might want to get out to break even because they might be too scared. So you might get another retrace back down to 36K before another attempt up. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. People do get scared and they just want to mitigate their losses.
Yeah.
For me, like I said in the last live stream, we're hitting like my red box from the chart that I shared. So for me, it's a sell box. But
yeah. So obviously, some people are going to be interested in the shorts here. So you know, this is an area, to be fair, where people long are taking profits, and also people are interested in shorting here. That's evident. So obviously, you do have to be careful. I just want everyone to be really careful. I don't want to see people losing money. So if we start to break down here, do not just be holding and holding and holding. If we start to break down, it's okay to short. And, you know, we've got those areas of support below us. But, you know, don't try and just hold on to saying, you know,
and likewise,
we champions are going to be shorting if we start to break down. So just remember that.
And likewise, it's also sensible to even wait for it to actually break above that resistance, and then even buy back later above the price level once it's been back tested as support. You know,
Because obviously what you could do, this is our big target. You know, you could essentially go through this and straight on to all-time highs. That's another obviously a possibility, that you literally just go through the target straight to all-time highs. I'm not going to complain. That could happen. But yeah, this is just an area I suppose to be a little bit cautious. We have had that massive move. And you know, it's reaching the end of that crazy move. So, you know, it's time to take a little bit of caution. I suppose really study up and, you know, use this time really efficiently, you know, ask your questions, get your questions answered, you know, make the most of that work. But I do think for tonight's stream, we're probably going to call it an end. So, I mean, we could do another live stream for you. It's very evident that people have absolutely loved it.
Yeah,
we reached 2,000 likes. I mean, the percentage of likes to viewers there is absolutely
that's insane.
high.
Yeah, almost every single person liked the. We're almost at 2,000. Let's see if we can end this off on a super positive note where we can get up to 2,200 likes. That would be almost every single person watching.
I tried my best to keep up with the chat, but it was just it's just going too fast. So
yeah, exactly. That's why I said, like, I mean, even for me trying to keep up with these direct messages is difficult. I've got a couple of messages in here actually directed towards me, so if you don't mind, I could, unless you guys have something else to say, I could kind of answer them.
No, yeah, you take it, yeah.
Igor, did you have anything, or Yunus?
No, you go for it.
Okay. So there's people here asking, well, they basically said, hey, I've seen a lot of other YouTuber crypto channels out there, and all they're doing is just pushing information and just want your money. I'm very tempted to join the Chart Champions. Listen, you know, we're not trying to push anything like you have to join the you can literally just follow the free the free information that is given out on this YouTube channel, and you can make money if you trade the. I mean, Daniel just showed you trade the break, you would have made money. And you can also do that with other champion memberships. But if you actually want to learn how to trade yourself to where you can get up and you don't have to wait for the next video in order for you to make money and you have to rely on somebody else, then yeah, you can come and join us. It's a friendly environment. We love having anybody here that wants to learn because we all love to trade. Then there's another question here. Yo, I just joined the champion membership. Dylan MK, yo, welcome. And then he said, I'll be starting straight from scratch. Yo, that reminds me literally of last year. That was me. I didn't even know what a candle was. Literally this time last year, I started as well. And he said, did you start from Daniel's content from scratch? Yes, I did. I will have to say though, you know, you're not going to come in here and learn, this is what a candle is. This is what this is. This is what, unless they added that to the learning module. But, you know, I had to look up some of that stuff myself. But after you understand like the really simple concepts and basics of are we dropping right now?
Dropping slightly. Yeah.
Drop. You can cut me off.
Just to the low of the range.
But wait, are we dropping? I think we might have to. I might have to stop talking. Yep, we're dropping.
Well, that sounds good.
Here we are. So we're trying to get this break to the downside then. Oh, wow. So we are actually getting 51 million. We're getting a big break here.
Could be headed down to
70 million.
Let's see.
That's all longs closing. This is all profit taking, but you've just seen 80 million come into the downside. And this is why it is sensible to take those profits. But
yeah, look at the open interest.
80 million. Yeah, well, the open interest is falling off a cliff here. But it is all profit taking. It is all profit taking. So this
I've just posted in the chat, always take profits.
Yeah, I saw it.
I think people heard me. I just said literally just now, I said always take profits at key levels. We are at key level. It's 40,000.
Let's see if we can come down to, we're reaching that support. Missed this by literally 0.3%. I mean, this though is, for me, not actually so worrying at the moment because this is all profit taking. So this actually could be what you wanted to see in terms of as long as you do not lose support, this could be your reversal now to the upside. Because what has happened here, people are going to have been stopped out of their position. This is all profit taking. This is all profit taking. So it could be our, this is our important support here right now. This is the support you do not want to see lost, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, as long as this is not lost, we could now have actually seen the fuel needed for the move to the upside. To be honest with you, this is what we needed to get people, get the volume coming in. We were dead on volume. Now we suddenly have 70 million come in a minute. In 1 minute, we saw 70 million. And all we've done is come to this support. So while we have not lost this support, I'm not going to be worried. I'm honestly not worried on this drop. I would have said that this is better because now we have stopped everybody out and we can look for the reversal now. To be fair, you know, if this was new shorts, I'd be worried, to be honest. But I am honestly not, because this is all profit taking. This is all profit taking. This is what we could need for this actual move now upwards. This has been a potential fake out, essentially, because this is all profit taking. All I want to say is this line here, very, 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 very important support. But as long as that is not lost, we could actually now see the reversal to the upside.
Yeah, we went back. Good. We went below the 1-to-1, and we're back above it.
Yeah, honestly, guys and girls, this could be a very bullish move, and this is what we talk about. That people actually could have just been stopped out of this move, and then it reverses straight up, because this is all profit taking. Okay, big volume, but it's profit taking.
I see so many people in the chat. They're like, go short, go short, go short. And it's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. You should have shorted a long time ago at the top of the video, at the top
just
of the
listen to what Daniel said.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great example of people being really fearful and scared. So guess what? This is what we're saying. People have got stopped out here. That was kind of your long opportunity.
Look at all the liquidations.
Exactly the same here. This was the long opportunity when price dropped. What happened here? This is, I would say this was a long opportunity because literally price dropped on the profit taking. You know, that's why I would be very much aware of. It was all profit taking. So,
yeah, exactly. And the only way that we knew that it was, well, I guess the only way that we knew that it was profit taking is because we are using exo charts, and we are actually able to look into those candles. And a lot of people were asking, can you give an example of, you know, the imbalances and the volume and stuff? And you guys literally just got a chance to see it live happening. You know, we're not sitting up here reacting like, oh my God, the world, should we short, should we long? It's like, no, we saw that it was longs closing, and you had a big opportunity to get a buyback, which we are kind of sort of getting right now. And then we also have our key levels that we're looking out for.
So it's now basically what's happening here is we have had the drop. Yeah, we've back tested essentially.
We've back tested
it. This is obviously support. That is then your resistance, and this is your support here, okay? So this is really important. This is your support right here, and this is your resistance, because why? Support, 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 resistance, but this is now your support. So this is your support, and for this to be bullish, what we're going to have to see is this reclaim the channel, come back. I would say, honestly, I really believe that this could be very bullish as long as we come back into the channel. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're going to end with, the very important bit of news, that this was a range, low, high, low, high, low, high, break of the range, back tested a range. If we then break down once more, that's bearish. I would close my longs. Okay, everybody, I would close my long and look for a short if we lose the support. For me, I'm not going to fight the market. If we lose it, I'm going to short. I'm going to close my long. But as long as we do not do that, for me, this is a very bullish move, and I actually think that this could be the fuel needed to get back up to my target box. What do we need to do to confirm this? We, at the very least, need to get back inside of this channel. Okay, this is very, 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 very important support. If we lose this support, I'm going to close my long position, and I'm going to look for a short. But if we hold it and we come back into the channel, I'm going to be looking for my target box, maybe all-time highs. But this is what I'm seeing right now as we're speaking.
Yep. And this is also why it's really important that, you know, you do understand these, how important the volume is, because we just saw in real time why you want to use the fixed range tool and why you want to understand the volume. Because if you would have just done what we said, or not but it's not financial advice. If you would have shorted the value area high, which we pointed out using the volume chart, which we used the VPR, you would have got yourself into a really, really nice short position, and you would be in 2.5% profit right now on a short, just easily shorting the value area high. Because again, you short the highs, you long the lows, and right now we're touching that 618. We're touching that VWAP right now.
That is that very important support. As you can see, how accurate. This is a very, very, I just want to, such an important support, ladies and gentlemen. If it's lost for me, that is very bad. But what I'm going to say is at the moment, we are hitting into support. Okay.
It's very bad for longs. Yeah.
Very bad for longs. Yeah. Obviously, if you're short, then it's great. But we are right onto that support now. We are right onto the support now.
I think I might even want to long myself right now. but not yet though. Gotta wait.
Yeah, I would say you want to see it come back above that level now.
It's kind of funny right now because I'm. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, if we actually confirm this break, but the thing is, this is still profit taking. So this is still profit taking, but obviously it's a massive profit taking. But that CME gap really has held up as resistance fully. But we are coming back down to like your support. But I mean, unless we actually properly lose that support, this for me is still support. So the thing is, what I want to remind everybody is there's been many times during this uptrend that it has done these pullbacks. Okay. And you see here how earlier today we got that big pullback and we hit the support line and it bounced. So all this could be is another pullback to our support line before the bounce. So until we lose the support, it is support. Okay. So this is what we're reminding of here. This is support until proven otherwise. You know, maybe the CME gap is the high, but this is support until it's lost, really. Simple as that.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I kind of find it funny right now.
I just want to stress that if we lose this support, I am going to be closing my longs and I will be looking for shorts. So, you know, I'm not married to only longing this market.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Right now, I'm like trying to basically trying to take off my YouTuber hat and actually put my trading hat back on. I'm trying to like get back into the like, okay, what's going on? Like looking at the volume right now. So if we're not necessarily paying attention too much to the chat, don't worry. Now. It's not that we are disrespecting you. This is just real life. Like you can in trading, there is no redos. You got to be in the moment.
This here for me is a buy. Just saying.
Yeah,
I mean, we've literally just come to support, and already that's bounced 0.5%.
Yeah, this for me is a buy.
Let's see. Well, the net longs are not really opening still. There's barely any. These are some shorts closing out a little bit of longs opening. And again, the people that I almost forgot that we're actually live on YouTube right now.
We are live.
But for the people that are watching, like this is why you'd want to learn this information, is because right now, you know, we're able to assess the market in real time. You know, we don't have to wait for an hourly candle close. We don't have to wait for a 4-hour market structure change. Like we're analyzing this as it's happening, trying to make decisions based off of what we're seeing. So.
I mean, this just for me is the support. If we lose this, I'm gonna have to close my longs. But currently, obviously, we can see here we bounced. I mean, could have you got a better area for that to bounce? I mean, not really. But yeah, for me, that is what we got approaching here. So obviously, we had our range. We rejected the top of the range. We actually lost it. We back tested it. We come down to our next support. If we lose this support, I'm going to close the longs. And I'm going to look for shorts. If we can regain this, I'm okay. I'm not going to close my positions really, because what did we do this morning? We come down to this exact support and we bounced. What are we doing? We're back at the support. So, you know, that's kind of just why I'm not closing my longs already. We done this exact same thing this morning. Look at the bounce. Look at the bounce. It's nice.
I wish I would have longed my entire house and my children and grandchildren and all that stuff, because we came exactly down to the initial balance of the New York session. Literally $1.
Yeah, I was spotting that, and we also at the CC from the local range just created now. So yeah, until broken, it's support, and that's how you have to see it.
And we're basically flipping the previous resistance of that market structure into support. So it once was resistance and now we're flipping it. So there's a lot of reasons for this to be support. The bulls have to hold this, or else it's like Daniel said, that it actually starts to turn pretty bearish and we could be looking for numbers, you know, in the 37,000s. I was going to say 3,700, but I keep forgetting Bitcoin is at like the moon right now.
I mean, that is already a good bounce.
Yes,
that's already, if you're scalping, then that's a nice bounce.
Oh yeah, and if some person was asking what's the difference between scalping and day trading and swing trading, and scalping is usually done on like the 30-second, 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute chart, and you're in and out of these trades really fast. Day trading is like you're in a trade, you kind of hold it for the whole day, and swing is obviously, you know, a day or longer.
My
really
throat is literally dying right now.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to go on longer, but my throat is kind of feeling it.
All right. It's time to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Time to wrap it up.
We can go and trade this, but yeah, it's support until it's lost, and at the moment we're still in support.
So yeah, my final words for you all will be that you can see here the support that we're at. Okay, this is the support. If we lose this support, please, there's no need to worry or panic or anything. Just trade the charts. This is support until it's lost. If we lose this support, we can look for those lower price targets of around 36,000. Okay, we have obviously rejected off the CME gap. It's okay. There's no need to panic. All we're doing is we've retraced currently to support. If we lose support, it's more bearish. But as it stands, that's support. All I want to say is if we lose this support, I will be open to shorting. Okay, I'm going to short it if we lose support. Okay, but as it stands, that is support. You can see how this exact same move happened earlier, and we got a bounce. So until proven otherwise, it's the support level. Yeah. Anyone else have any final words?
I have some final words. It sucks that we're about to leave now because we're at actually our all-time high for amount of viewers. So I'm like, just let me talk. I'll keep talking and keep these viewers up.
But I'll keep the stream running if you guys want to speak.
I mean, I'll talk. I don't mind. Well, actually, let's not even up to us. It's up to the people. So if you guys want the stream to keep going, Daniel, obviously his throat is a little bit hurt, but I mean, I'll take over. Igor will talk. Yunez will talk a little bit unless they've got to go. But yeah, we can get this. We can get it up to 2,500 likes. Then we'll keep the stream going. And you know, if I share my screen, I'll just share Exo charts and kind of talk about what it is that I'm seeing. And again, none of it's going to be financial advice, but we need to know that you guys want us to keep it going. So yeah, if we can get up to 2,500 likes, I don't mind staying on, even though I'm hungry as hell and I have to go. But you know, I want to be in here to be able to trade this. But I guess while we're waiting for those likes to build up, there are some people here asking me, how long should I expect to how long should it take for me to start understanding what Daniel is teaching? To be honest, it really depends. One of my friends that told me about Daniel, he has a full-time job and he only can trade about like 3 hours a day. And, but that's enough. He's grinding it out. He's waking up at 4 a.m. to make sure that he's trading and then goes to work at around like 7 or 8 in the morning. And, you know, there's people like me who this is just all I'm doing is studying as much as I want to. And it also depends on, you know, to be honest, like how smart you are, you know, how well are you able to pick up this information? But typically I would say it takes, from what I've heard, anywhere between a year and a half to start seeing some pretty good amount of progress to like, you know, 3 years or longer in order to start seeing like a substantial amount of profit. And again, all of that completely depends on like your current situation. It depends on so much. And so, because there are some people in the group that I know of that have only been trading for what, a year and a half, and they're already up to making $1,000 a day on average. So, and then there's people in the group that have been in the group for like a year and a half, 2 years, and they still have no idea what they're doing. So it really just it depends on you. And yeah, let me just keep going through some of these DMs here. And again, Igor and Yunez, you guys can jump in whatever you want. So one person says, can you honestly just tell me when you started trading, how long did it take you to become successful? I can't sit up here and say that I'm a successful trader right now, but I can say that I'm starting to, I am hitting that 1 year mark and I'm able to be profitable, start to become profitable. My friend that has just started with me, who has the full-time job, he actually was able to grow his account substantially. You know, he's been able to make about like, you know, a good amount, like double his portfolio almost now. So, you know, it really just depends. It really and it also depends. Do you want to scalp trade? Do you want to swing? If you're going to learn how to scalp, you're probably going to lose a lot more money before than if you were to day trade. So that really just depends. And no, I'm not able to make a living from it yet, but I can see that that's 100% going to happen in 2021. I know it for a fact. And it says Daniel is too hardcore.
I'm just going to go get a drink and I'll be back in two minutes, but my throat is dying a second.
All good. Let's see. Yeah, we're at 2,600 likes with almost. Okay, so what we also need you guys to do, if you guys want us to stay, we need to know that you guys want us to stay. So make sure you're sharing this on Twitter, share it on Instagram, share it on Facebook, wherever you share it. Make sure you're subscribed. And again, let's see if we can get up. We're at an all-time high for likes. You guys are absolutely doing an absolutely fantastic job of keeping us hype and keeping us here. So let's see if we can get up. I want to keep pushing this. I'm going to keep pushing it, but let's see if we can get up to 2,800 because we have a pretty good amount of people here. And let's see. Daniel just left. Let's see. Other people. I'm going to be quiet for a second and see this. We're still dropping a little bit. Like Daniel said, if this support is lost, he's going to close out of his long. It's not looking too good for this to act as a support. What are you guys seeing?
Yeah, like I said, it hit my red box, so.
Oh yeah,
I'm not gonna add anything on it. So. Yeah, I've been in a short.
Yeah, so right now this is obviously good for shorts. If you guys shorted with us on us teaching you about the value area high using the fixed range tool, you're almost in like a 4% profit right now. Yeah,
and you're about to come into weekly open.
Yeah, weekly
support, and you also have on the left the London point of control coming in at 38,300.
And the VWAP on EXO charts is actually exactly at the weekly open here. And so let's see here. And yes, I will admit, when I first joined in with Daniel, it is hardcore, but that's why Daniel makes so much money, is because he really cares and puts a lot of effort and work into his charting. He's spending hours and hours and hours a day charting. And so you can't expect to come here. And this is why it's chart champions. I can't expect as a beginner to come in here and instantly skip all of the lessons and all this other stuff and then become, God tier trader. You got to put in the work. But the most important part is that what is proven time and time and time and time and time again with the group is that if you do put in the work, you can reap the benefits of making $200 a day, $300 a day, $400, $1,000 a day. I mean, do you guys know that it only takes $250 a day on average to make $100,000 a year? Daniel made $4,000 on an account that he's just playing around on. There's other people in this group that I talk to on a regular basis that are making $800 a day from the stuff that they're learning. So, a lot of people asking, is it possible? Is it possible? Yes, 100%. This is possible. We're bouncing off the 786 as well. So let me see. I'm just going through these DMs as well. Neil, what's good? How much you gained with your
just hit a heavy pocket of liquidation, so I would expect.
Oh wow, you're still here, Patrick.
A little bit of a rise.
Yeah. We're just hitting all these liquidations, and a lot of people ask, what are liquidations? Well, liquidations are basically when people are over leveraged on a long or a short position, and they get completely stopped out of their position because the leverage was too high, or just in general, they're just getting stopped out of their long positions. And so in order to get out of a long position, you have to sell. And if you sell, Bitcoin price goes down. And that's to get out of a long position, whether you're getting stopped out of your position or you're taking profit on it. And so that's what happens when you're taking these highs or lows. Let's see if you guys can see any questions in there. Wow, we're at 2,600 likes. Can we get up to 2,800? We have 3,300 people watching right now. Can we get ourselves up to 2,800 likes? If we can, we'll stay here because that shows that you guys want us to be here. Let's see. Oh, wait, Daniel's back moving his chart around. I didn't even notice that. Let me see if I can run through some more of these questions. Hello, can you please ask Daniel to move around? Okay. And then this person says, first of all, I want to thank you for your stream. It's the reason that I will be joining tomorrow when I get a new computer. Yeah, welcome. Welcome to anybody who's new, who just jumped in. Question, is that other than BTC? So the question is, other than BTC, what does Daniel trade? Sometimes it's altcoins. It really just depends on what's going on in the market. Sometimes it's altcoins. Sometimes it's traditional stocks. Actually, we do have a lot of longs opening right now.
Are you guys seeing that on the net longs, net shorts? So shorts are closing out, longs are starting to open up right now. So this might actually be the support bounce, possibly. We just have to keep getting some more follow through with the longs. Yeah, it looks like, we definitely have more net longs opening up right now than we have in a while during this whole dump, and shorts are closing out as well. This looks like a pretty healthy bounce right now. So we're at 2,700 likes. We're almost at the 2,800.
You're hitting the London
a lot of shorts are
TPO.
closing out. Let's see.
Take 100, Daniel.
Yeah, my throat is literally just feeling it. I can't really speak so much.
Yeah.
You don't have to say anything if you don't want. If you want to say something, you can type it to me or whatever, and then I'll say it.
It looks like we've come back to this IB. I mean, at the moment, obviously, a lot of people are going to be really fearful. But for me, this is still coming back into support at the moment. So it's like, I mean, we've got really big bullish CVD divergences. We're actually come back into that London POC, and into the New York IB. My perspective is that we are actually, I mean, we're literally coming to support. So that's kind of how I feel it.
This one person right now asked, is the membership basically like paying for fishing lessons? That's actually a pretty good phrase, I guess you could say, because it is. So it's like, instead of going to the market and always having to pay this person for fish, you have to go to the grocery store and buy this fish. Well, you could just go and pick up a fishing pole, go down to the lake, and use what you've learned, and then just keep fishing and catching your own fish. And then eventually you can learn how to catch even bigger fish and bigger fish and bigger fish and bigger fish. So it's like, it's basically exactly like that. Let's see, man, there's just so many. Do you expect a big dip in BTC in the near future? What? This person says, do you expect a big dip in BTC in the near future? In the immediate short term, I mean, we're already getting a dip. I guess it could be considered big. I mean, this is thousands of dollars. So there you go. And what site do you recommend for EU traders? We just use Bybit that we trade on. And so Daniel has a link to Bybit. I think Yunez will post that in the chat. He's been posting that in the chat if he's still here.
Absolutely.
There you go. Let's see the next one. We did hit that 2,800, so you guys definitely want us to be here. And again, Daniel, if your throat, you don't have to say anything, and just let me know whenever you want to end. Hey, can you explain the difference between contenders and champions plan? Okay, so the contenders plan, it gives you access to the contenders Discord, and it also only gives you access to the contenders videos. And I believe every once in a while there is a champions video that will be given to that the contenders can watch. On the champions level, that's where you have most, if not actually all of the best traders in there. They're always continually talking and updating their charts in the champions Discord channel that we have. And also too, you get a Sunday live stream where Daniel does live charting and gives his ideas for a possible day trade or swing trade setup. And so that way, what's really good is that you can chart out everything and ideas that you have before the stream, and then you can watch the stream and see how well your charting matches up with Daniel's. Or maybe, you come up with something completely different and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna stick to my plan, but what Daniel said does actually make sense. And so you can learn from it in real time. And so, and also too, on Sundays, if there is some volatility like there was today, we'll just be doing actual live trading where you can, if you choose to, again, this is not financial advice, but if you choose to, you can trade along with him and us as a group together. And and mainly, to be honest, the main difference between the contenders and champions is that the champions community is so strong. We're very supportive of each other.
and the fact that everybody's just posting their charts in the group, you'll be able to get a chance to see like so many different ideas and so many different perspectives of the chart that it could also probably help you come up with a better decision. So hopefully that describes that. And I have a basic understanding of trading, which I haven't. Okay, so this one person is basically saying, hey, I have a basic understanding of trading, but my question is, do you think it's possible for me to start making around $3,000 per month in profits? Yeah, I mean, of course it is. You know, Daniel just showed you that he made $4,000 in a day. I told you other people are making like $500, $300 a day. And so, yeah, $3,000 per month is only $100 per month. That's really, when it comes to trading cryptocurrency, to be honest, that's not even that much, which goes to show you that, yeah, it's 100% possible. It's completely doable to make $100 a day of profit. So yeah, for your question, do I think it's possible? As long as you put in the work, you can definitely do that. I think, oh my goodness, this person wrote me an essay. Oh, okay, never mind. So here's somebody said, thanks for all of the live streams recently. Absolutely gold. Where would you consider a short based on the current price action? And they sent this about an hour ago. And we basically were talking about the value area high of that range that we were just in. We literally said on stream, if you rewind this back, we said you short the highs, you long the lows. What happened? We came back up during that range multiple times during the stream. We hit the value area high multiple times, and then what happens? We dump down. And again, if you would have shorted that value area high, we would have you'd been in 5% profit right now, and that would have been live trading in the moment. And Daniel's showing a screen right now. If you would have shorted around 39,800, which is where the value area high is of this range, well, that's about 4 or 5% profit in a couple of minutes. So there you go.
Yeah.
Let's see.
For me, like there's a like, I suppose I like summarize of this drop. I mean, I didn't short this drop, so I wasn't short during this, but there's signs here that it was dropping. Obviously, we're kind of going through them a little bit. That this rise was on really, really, really low volume.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
So we had the low volume rise, but at the end of the day, we can still envision this to remain range bound. What happened is we lost the range low, and this was on profit taking. So we actually had a lot of profit take. Well, it was all profit taking. This was all profit taking. But then what you've done here, and this is where you do have to be reactive. We actually retested this support as resistance. And really the bears have just totally taken over from that. We had this resistance support. We've made our way down, made our way down. We made our way down, obviously hovering down around these lows now. Obviously, yeah, I would say that we have now lost support simply because of the fact we are back down below the VWAP. I think we could be heading toward, well, I'd say back around towards these lows. Obviously, you have this coming in at around 37,800. I mean, it's just kind of not the best scenario in terms of, for me, the best scenario would have been that we had bottomed here, and instead of doing the resistance support flip, we would have put a higher low and reclaimed the channel. But this has actually been a total loss now of the channel. So, you know, for me, it's just like one of those things. I was not short during this drop. That's fine from my perspective. I wasn't short during this drop. I think the signs were there that this was not the time to long, at least. We've made our way down. We've back tested. We've had another move down. I mean, this is a support region, but what I'm seeing here is that there's not that much buying pressure going on. So this is I mean, this is obviously your low of the liquidity, where I would be saying price is going to be probably drawn towards that next. So
Yeah.
I think you can get a bit more of a discount. The thing is, what's been happening is this consolidation now has broken down. That this
range
CME gap obviously was massive resistance. So I mean, it's not like it's just like, okay, this was we can say now this was big resistance. We have made our way down, but I mean, it's not the end of the world at the moment, because the fact this could still go into a higher low and we push back up. But
we're back testing to the weekly open as well on Coinbase. It's actually hit 38,171.
Oh wow, we're actually also getting rejected from the daily the VWAP too. So the VWAP is now acting as a resistance, so we have to reclaim that. We literally back tested it to the dollar.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's like, I mean, the way that I'm going to trade this is, I mean, we've seen that currently we have not actually properly lost that support yet. We're still bouncing off of that, what we were looking at.
Yeah.
So I mean, until that is lost, I mean, that for me is, I think we just need to repeat that. This is a really simple trigger for me. I know where the support is, where we are here. And until that support is lost, I don't want to close my long, because I don't want to close it into profit taking. But I'm not going to be holding on to it any longer. If we break that support, I will really simply close the trade. Like, it's as simple as that for me. Okay? It's as simple as that. If we lose support now, I'm not going to hold on to this any longer. I'm just going to close it like that. I'm not going to be worrying. And I think if we lose this support, we will at least come down and take these lows. So for me, it's just now really simply, I can just watch this and say, okay, if we lose this support, I'm going to close the long. What you have to remember is it is a long in 10% profits. And I've already hit take profit 1. So it's really not the end of the world. If we lose this support, I will close the long. If we actually then lose that support and we start to break lower supports, that's when I would look to short. Okay, so I would be open to shorting. And again, if we lose that support, I would be really looking to short it down to around 36,000. I mean, as it stands, I am not, I just want to repeat that, I'm not shorting as it stands. But if we do lose that support, I am going to short. I would look to take it to around 36k, maybe lower. But the reason I'm not going to short now is because we literally are at that support. So I don't want to short this.
I guess if you pull up the weekly on the Coinbase, for example, with a weekly open, you can show the kind of support. So yeah.
Jesus Christ, we started streaming 2 hours ago. This is going to be a 3-hour stream.
Could be 3 hours.
Monkeys. Oh, Igor, were you going to show something or talk about something?
Yeah, the Coinbase weekly open. Does it come out? Is it coming out at 38,171? Is that it? No? Yeah, it's a bit lower actually.
Well, I guess that what Daniel just said basically answers somebody's question here. They said, what does the low volume around 400,000 mean for long term or today or next week? And that's basically what it is like when you don't have a high amount of buys coming in at the highs, that's showing you that people are not interested in buying Bitcoin at this price. And so if you don't have a lot of people interested in buying Bitcoin at this price, and you also have people who bought Bitcoin at a lower price who are now like, all right, you know what, I think 40,000, I want to take some profits here. Then what ends up happening is that those people take profits, and then other people are like, wait a minute, Bitcoin's starting to go down, I want to take some profits. And then it just starts this big snowball effect. And then eventually most people that were in their longs just start taking a lot of profits. What you want to see for continuation is you wanted to see a lot of people buying at the level of 40,000, because if people are buying, that means there's a lot of interest of people saying, I want to buy this right now. I don't think the price of Bitcoin is too high. And then they'll just keep buying and buying and buying and buying and buying. And then that's what will keep continuing to push the price up. And so let's see here.
I think I'm gonna call it a night now, to be honest, mate.
All right. All good.
Yeah. So I guess I'll end with those final words. So for a summary of tonight's stream, then what we have
for a summary of 3 hours of time.
3-hour live stream. This has been a long one. But for a summary, so you can understand what's happened here tonight, we saw the move up where we were looking for the break to reach this target box. But what has happened is we actually saw nobody interested in buying on this attempt above $40,000. Okay, that happens. It's just part of trading. We saw nobody wanting to buy, so we made our way down towards the low. We lost the channel, we back tested the channel, and we've come down. We got another leg to the downside. The reason why, as it stands right now, I am not closing my long is really simply for the fact we are at support, like a bigger support. So I don't want to close into this support, you know? And what I'm going to say is, if we lose this support, that's for me the short. But I do not want to short this drop as it stands, because literally for me, this has come back into support. And for me, that's very, very, very simple. I don't want to short the drop into support. But if we lose support, if we lose this support, that for me then is bearish. Okay, so it's very, 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 very simple. So yeah, one more time, the summary of tonight's live stream has been, we saw the move up to 40k together. We recognized live in the time that this was a very bad place to buy because there was no follow through at all. It was a fake out to the upside. We came down. We actually saw profit taking here. We retested and we had another move to the downside. But now we are consolidating at support. So we could still see this move up from here. Alternatively, we lose these supports, and I honestly would then be looking to short at least down to these lows, possibly even to those 36k regions, to be honest. Yeah, that's my final words of tonight's stream.
Well, you guys heard
very
it
good.
First.
Thank you for having me.
Not going to say anything else after this. And if he does, he owes each one of you guys 1 Bitcoin. We have to be able to trust his word. Igor, Yunus, you guys got anything?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me, Daniel. Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was a nice stream.
It was always fun. Man, it's so funny. I always think, like, I come into the beginning of this stream, I got all this energy, and who would have thought that just talking for X amount of hours is going to just make you exhausted? And this is absolutely crazy. But, I mean, you guys...
You see, it's made me tired as well.
Oh, you said something. Now you owe everybody Bitcoin. You guys see that in
I
chat?
lost.
Everybody hit the like for your Bitcoin, for the Bitcoin.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, guys.
Yes,
Yeah.
and tick the bell for the next one.
But yeah, in all honesty, if you guys, the fact that you guys did such an amazing job liking the video, sharing, you guys followed Daniel on Instagram. You guys sent me so many direct messages. I wasn't even able to get to all of them, and we do apologize for that. But you guys showed so much love and so much support for the channel with the donations and subscribing and all of that other stuff that we definitely want to come back and continue streaming and doing these live streams for you guys. So make sure that you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys do have that bell tick so you can be notified, because as you guys can see, this information is very important in the moment for you guys to see what's going on. And yeah, just keep hitting that like button. It really shows us that you guys want us back, and we really appreciate you guys. You guys are the reason why we're here, and we will be back next time with an amazing stream with amazing guest speakers and the most bestest and brightest and most handsome stream moderator that you guys have ever seen in your life, if you see my Instagram. So I appreciate that. But other than that, yeah, I'm done too as well. Daniel's just writing out right now like a summary of everything, because he doesn't want to give you guys another Bitcoin.
I just thought I'd just make it so everybody fully understands this one more time. Exactly what happened tonight. We saw the really low volume push. Okay, we saw that it was less than 1 million delta, very low, very weak. We did lose the channel. This is profit taking. That's why I'm not worried. I'm still not worried as we speak. We lost the channel on profit taking. We back tested it. You know, that's gonna happen. We back tested it. People took the opportunity to short, but all we have done here, as it stands right now, is we've dropped to support. So I'm not worried. If we lose the support, I'll short. Until that happens, I'm still long. So
Damn.
there you go.
We're at 2,920 likes. That's absolutely insane. So close to 3,000, but
if we could get to 3K, that'd be more than the concurrent viewers.
Yeah,
how is that even possible?
Well, I mean, people come in and they come out and they come in, and so new people are coming in.
Most people probably not here for 15. How long have we been going? 3 hours.
3 hours, yeah.
Absolutely insane. So
we've answered
again,
a lot of questions as well, and I think we've helped some people I can see through the chat. So that's that. I think
Daniel has linked his Instagram at instagram.com/chartchampions. Again, you're going there so that way you can be updated throughout the day randomly of when he posts his information. And you know, we got chartchampions.com. We have all of that fun stuff. So again, we do appreciate you guys. Thank you very much, but we have to go because we're all dead tired.
Thank you ever so much, everybody.
Ditto. Thank you.